listen and see if it sounds. I know, that's why I want to be loud, so then you're like, oh, no, we don't want loud, we want quiet. What is a robot Uber? Shut up. If we have to get glasses, or new glasses, I'm going to have to wear them more often. You know what's funny? No. I got new glasses, no one noticed. You do have new glasses. I forgot, you normally have the Michigan colors. Yeah. Huh? No. That was the Michigan color, the yellow and blue ones. Oh no. Is it still bad? Please tell me it's not bad still. You said oh no, what does that mean? Still the same. What the fuck? What the fuck? Really? That's so strange. Okay. Ah. That's weird. Okay. So like a robot. Yeah, that's what they've been saying. Robot Uber dog shit. So let's say that's that. Oh, you didn't want me to run it through these. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna move this real quick so they're not listening yet. Yeah, you don't hear anything because we're trying to figure it out without making it sound like this. Any better? Or is it still shitty? It sounds like the robot. No idea. We haven't changed anything. I have no idea what's going on here. So, crap. Fuck it, we'll change on 5 minutes. Episode is overtime 2084. Yes. And we're going to talk like robots the entire episode. Yeah, we know. Thank you, Robbie. Sorry, I don't mean to be a smart ass. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. There's no idea what has changed, or there's nothing plugged in. I guess we could unplug that. Is this any better? Hello? No? Still bad? No. So it drops. What about now? Still bad. Did it really? No. Probably not. Mayday! Let Let me know if it gets better. Like, I'm just trying a few things here. I don't really have a lot of ideas. Okay, this is my iPad. Better or worse? I'm gonna have to like look at all this. I don't really understand what's going on. So annoying. I bet that sounded really interesting. Okay. Output. Streaming audio and video. It's for streaming. No, it's not. I looked at all that. I don't understand what's going on. Channel stereo speaker device. I can see the input that it's coming on, but I don't understand. Hold on. Let's see. I did it. I'll try it. It's all been reset, but I'm fine with that. Alright, 1 second. We'll be here. We're just going to lose sound for a minute. I was just going to actually pull the power.
No, you're okay. I didn't expect it to do it.
You're not even close to your mic. It's so hot. What is this?
Hello.
Is it still bad?
Sound good?
You're back.
We're back? Okay.
There you go, buddy.
Something was up with the Rodecaster. I restarted it earlier today, too. All this stuff was off.
Oh.
Jay sounds great. Don't lie to him. Okay, thank you. Sorry. God, how annoying.
Sound great.
Put these back. Okay, so back to it.
Wait, what?
Hold on. All right.
I was going to pull the lyrics up to Man-Eater and sing.
There we go.
And do some karaoke.
We're back. Gosh, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I am not sure what was wrong there. We run everything through a Rodecaster, which lets us use like XLR inputs for our mics and gives us, that's where we get the sound drops and all that crap come from. But something was up with it. I restarted it earlier, and that's why I don't restart things ever, apparently. So bear with me for one moment. We are also having a problem with our Facebook Live. It gave me some sort of crap about being able to use it and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't have time to mess with that today either. I got to figure that out. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
But yes, we've got this all, I believe, now straightened out.
Yeah.
We did it. We are here. We are something. Get used to it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I would have got to that. I told myself to remember to record this. It's important to record.
You're out of sorts, so I was just worried about you.
So
being serious.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate that. And you try to help, and I'm always like, not now, damn it. Hold the flashlight right, Jay. If you hear chuckling in the off camera, that's our friend Chefish is here again to join us. Say hello.
Hello.
What?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, no, that's a question.
Hello, this is Kessel.
Who?
You know. Anyway. All right. We've dicked off long enough. I feel like. Let's
all I hear is dick, 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 dick. I got Madonna's big dick coming out of one ear.
The hell are you talking about?
Reservoir Dogs, baby.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched that in a long time. What is this? Ah, there you go.
I don't-
Okay.
I don't tip.
Yeah, I don't tip. Yeah, you're a real nice guy. Are we good? I think we're ready to get started here. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. Get that guy up a little bit.
I got it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Count me in.
And we're on in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the Lost Joystick Network episode.
It's on the top of the page.
76.
You got it.
I'm your host, Mike, joined as always by my co-host, Jay. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Fantastic. How are you?
I mean,
Are you better?
I'm great.
Okay. I know you're good.
I'm good, man. We had some technical difficulties there.
We fixed it.
The
We did it.
roadcaster was giving us grief. I don't know what that was about. Here we are. We've done it.
We had it on robot Uber shit.
I'm
7.
back, baby. Yes. All right, hold on. You keep. So what have you been up to there, Jay?
Oh, not too much. Playing a little of this, a little of that. I can't talk about one because it's has to do with the show, the episode.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're watching on the live stream,
you can see it.
you know what it is.
Real sports football.
It's real
According to
sports.
Tyler.
Shh, you're ruining it.
I'm not ruining anything.
So,
What about you, Mike? What'd you do? Did you do anything fun?
man,
How was your weekend? Weeks, actually. It's been 2 weeks. How has it been 2 weeks?
I've had a hell of a couple weeks.
Have you?
Yes.
Do tell.
Starting a new job.
Really?
Yep. Been at the same job for 10 years now. I'm starting a new job.
Congratulations.
Yep. Going to work for a smaller company, working with a friend. I'm very excited about it, but it's been bittersweet. You know, working at a place for 10 years. There are people who have been there longer than I have.
Yeah.
So it's been an emotional week for me.
Did you cry?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did a
You're
couple
very-
times.
you're a pretty sensitive guy sometimes.
I have my moments.
Yeah.
But there are other times I'm not as sensitive.
I know when you verbally abuse me.
Yes.
Yes.
Or, let's see if I can get this to work.
All right. Oh, look at that. What's that? What's that all about?
Man, I had a hell of a Saturday.
Oh, yeah? What happened? Anything? Did you watch like some sports or anything? Maybe a movie?
My Michigan Wolverines, centric to today's topic, my Michigan Wolverines defeated the Ohio State Buckeyes in Columbus, in Ohio Stadium, in front of 106,000 sad, distraught, destroyed fans.
What is Ryan Day's record against Michigan now?
1-4,
Ooh.
including a 4-game losing streak, losing to a 6-5 team at home as a 23-point favorite.
A 23-point favorite.
And ironically, that was the total number of points scored in the game. Michigan 13, Ohio State 10.
Huh?
So yeah. And then, even prior to that, much to the dismay of our in-home guest here,
Can we turn it up a little bit?
That will not yield and win the blue and silver wave. Stand and cheer the brave. Rah, rah, rah. Go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions!
that lion gets me every time.
It sounds
I think
like
he's throwing up or something.
It sounds like Phil Collins when he burps.
It's rough, man. Why Phil
Covered in
Collins?
mackerel juice.
Oh, not that Phil Collins, the real Phil Collins.
Not in the air tonight.
I got nebulized mackerel juice on me. It's an onion ring fragment.
Did you
No,
you know, that's actually, we talk about that because we both had the opportunity to watch the game.
which game? What are you talking about?
The Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears.
And what day was this?
That was on Sunday.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
it wasn't on Thursday. I'm sorry.
It was Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
You know what I was thankful for?
The Lions.
No, guess again.
The victory.
Guess again.
Turkey.
I'll give you one last guess.
Me.
All those things are true, but that's not what I was thinking.
Oh, what were you thinking?
Matt Eberflus.
Oh, yeah.
I was thankful for Matt Eberflus.
You know, that's one thing Detroit can put on their record for this season. They are 11-1, and they have gotten a head coach fired for being an idiot.
I don't think he's the only one they've gotten fired this year, too. I might be wrong about that, but they've been doing that quite a bit recently.
Yeah.
Also, I will be at the game tomorrow versus Green Bay. I'm apparently going to both Green Bay Packer games this year.
Yeah.
This one tomorrow night, Thursday night here at Ford Field in Detroit against the Green Bay Packers. So, enough about football. I just had to get it out of my system that Michigan beat Ohio State at home in Ohio Stadium as 23-point underdogs.
Yeah. I don't think we're done with football today.
Oh, wait. How'd that song go again? Do you remember the song?
You know how many times growing up I heard this song? And
At least
people were
once.
singing it to me. Happens when that's your last name.
Your defending national champion and mine, Michigan Wolverines. That's enough. Okay, I'll probably only cackle about it once or twice more in the next couple hours, okay? So, sorry for those people who don't care about football, but we're talking about something football adjacent here soon.
Yeah.
I promise we got some good commercials coming up, folks, so just stick around. Anyway, sorry. Okay, that's how my week is. It's been the job thing, very emotional. Like I said, you're at a place 10 years, it's tough. Nothing is more emotional than me watching Michigan play Ohio State in football. That is the apex of anxiety for me, always.
It 100% is.
So I had to get through that.
I've even yelled at you about that.
Yeah, I don't blame anybody. I'm a psychopath.
You kind of are. It's okay, though. I mean, I appreciate it.
Last year, I took out a bookshelf. And not like punching or anything. I just kind of ran into it. Hey,
he's gotten a number of video game consoles.
Yeah, things happen. Oh, yeah,
Michigan games.
There's other things. Sometimes we buy things out of being upset.
Yes.
Anyway, but no, I haven't had to do that recently. So anyway, yeah, so that was pretty much it. That, the 2 games, the new job, it occupied a lot of my mind space. I did also play Dragon Warrior 3 on the NES. I want to get the new 2D HD remake or whatever it is that everybody told me I got to get.
Yeah, I want to get that
Dragon Quest 3. I got to get it. But I was like, you know what? I want to play 3. So, because I played 2 and God, I forgot how much I hate that game. Dragon Warrior 2 is such a pain in the ass because it doesn't matter how much you grind. You could get your guys up to level 50. Okay? But there's the sacrifice spell and what's the other one? I forget. But you get killed instantly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter, man. You could be cruising along, heading to Hargon's castle, whatever the hell it is. And it's like, oh, you ran into the wrong dude and you didn't block my spell. You tried, but it didn't work. So you're dead.
Yep.
You're dead. You're dead. And you're like, oh, I hate it. So anyway, I basically told that game to F off. And I went back and I started Dragon Warrior 3, which I forgot. You build your own little team.
Yeah.
You start with the 3 people right away, or whatever, 3 or 4, forget. But you go and you're like, it's 4. I want a fighter. I want a magician. Guess what I named my magician? My wizard.
Bill.
No, it's not Bill the wizard.
Did I get another guess?
Yeah.
Keith.
Merlin.
Merlin.
Could
Like
name
Merlin Olsen?
Yeah, he and I are friends. He comes over from time to time. It's no big deal. Anyway, yeah, I gotta.
Oh.
Anyway, all right. So that was it. Those are my big things. Did I mention Michigan beat Ohio State again for the 4th year in a row?
You did, I think.
First
I don't
winning.
know. You might want to talk about that.
First time in 34 years they've won 4 in a row.
weren't they an underdog in this game? Like 23 points?
The biggest underdog they've ever been. And
Really
they
didn't
won.
matter.
No, you know why? Because Ryan Day is steering the ship right into that giant iceberg. Okay.
Remember, it's the bus simulator.
Yeah. So with all that,
Yeah. Did you so you talked about that game,
yeah,
the Dragon Warrior SDHD.
the
Did you-
2D HD remake,
Yeah, did you buy it?
Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
3.
I'm sorry, Dragon Quest. Did you buy it?
I have not bought it.
Have you bought anything else though?
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Have you acquired anything?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Michigan did defeat Ohio State 13-10 on Saturday, November 30th. No, that is correct. You're right.
Oh.
But you were saying, I don't remember the other part. What was the other part?
Did you get anything? Have you bought any like games or records?
Oh, yes, I have. But
Big.
you know I don't start these things off because the whole show train wrecks when I do it first.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, Jay, you got to
So
go
you need to
first.
ask me that.
Yeah, did you bring all the games that you bought?
Hell no, I didn't. I told you I post them.
I bought you
On the Discord.
thing.
I post them on our Patreon. Do you know anything about that, Mike? You did that. I did not. Move.
www.patreon.com/Lost Joystick Network, and you can come hang out with us and see pictures of the games that Jay refuses to bring on set to the live stream.
Stop hitting the table.
Outwardly defiant, obstinate, will not bring them.
I am. I'm doing it to spite you. Just to spite you.
You're lucky I like that game because I would knock it right out of here. If that was your shit, it'd be gone.
Well, that's why I don't bring my games.
Yeah, well, you better start or it's going to happen.
So
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Anyway, what'd you buy, Jay, that you didn't show us? You don't have nothing to show people.
I got some Odyssey games. Helped build the old collection. So I got a pretty decent lot. I found a guy. Did you find him or did I find him?
We both saw them
I think we did.
because I saw them and I think I sent them to you, but you're like, I'm talking to the guy. I don't remember how
Oh
we
yeah,
went.
yeah, that's what it was.
I
You
don't
sent
remember.
it to me, and I was like, I've already messaged you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going there on Sunday. Do you want to go?
But no, I got a pretty decent copies of the Quest for the Rings,
Mhm.
Wall Street.
It was all the
Fortune-
big box
yeah,
games.
Wall Street Fortune Hunt and Conquest of the Worlds, and it was a really good deal.
You know what people would really like to see them.
I'm gonna post them right now.
Yeah?
on the Discord. So if you're on the Discord,
Could
will
you
see them.
imagine if people online now were able to watch and see it?
You know, Tyler has a good point. There has not been an Odyssey 2 episode. I think we need to start 2025 with one.
So you want to collect Odyssey 2.
Ha ha! I think Tyler should be on that episode.
So you want to collect Odyssey 2.
So,
I got
but no,
that.
I got that, and then the guy actually said, "Hey, I've got some other games if you're interested." So he sent me a list.
Yeah, of course he did. He's like, oh my God, sweetie, I got one on the hook.
Right?
There's a guy here buying the Odyssey games. You said that never happened, Bill. I know, I can't believe it myself.
There's only 2 men in the continental U.S. that are buying Odyssey 2 games. I'm one of them,
Yeah.
and our friend Milwaukee Retro Gamer's the other.
Funny thing.
Kalen's handsome. Yes, he is.
Oh, very. Yeah, I wish you could see it too. I mean, could you imagine? Funny thing about the
If
Odyssey.
you're on our Patreon, you can.
Pop quiz. Odyssey 2.
Yeah.
Pop quiz. You're the Odyssey 2
God.
collector and expert. You ready for this?
I'm not good with quizzes.
What year did the Odyssey 2 get released?
1978.
That is correct.
Ah,
You know what else happened in 1978?
no. Michigan beat Ohio
They
State.
fucking beat Ohio State. Michigan beat Ohio State in 1978, the year of the release of the Odyssey 2, 14-3. That is correct.
That was good.
Thank you. You guessed it, and you're still laughing.
I
That's
know.
how good it must have
That
been.
was pretty funny.
It's true, they did.
No, I saw you looking at your phone. I'm like, he didn't look that up.
I had to remember the year because I thought it was 77, but I knew it was after the Atari, and the Atari was 77. So I was
Yeah.
like, is it? And I had to look, it was 78.
Ah.
So yes, they did. It's true.
So back to my games.
Yes.
So I ended up, the guy actually messaged me. He sent me a list of games. So
Back
actually,
to the Odyssey 2 stuff. Don't let me get too
I
far
ended
away.
up picking up a few more. I got, what did I get? I got Sid the Spellbinder. I got Keyboard Creations. I still don't have the speak to text deal thing. I can't remember what it's called now.
The voice synth modulator.
Yes. But I got
B17 bomber.
I got Math Magic with Echo. I got Nimble Numbers Ned. That's a banger.
Is that Flanders?
No.
Oh.
I got Smithereens. That's actually Smithereens is a game I like. It's kind of fun. And then I got Type and Tell. So I got those.
1931 is when it came out.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Actually,
It's close.
probably.
Look, it's all ancient history at this point. It's all as old as me.
Well, then I talked to Matteo a little bit. Our friend Matteo.
Mm-hmm.
He actually has his Twitch channel. Hopefully everybody's on it and checking him out when he plays games.
Yep.
Plays some good games.
I do. I jump on.
Matteo's always fun to listen to. He's a good dude. But he posted a claim sale for Castlevania 4, and I was like, son of a bitch, I need that game. But it was already picked up. Somebody already claimed it. So I said, dude, if you got any Nintendo games, you need to let me know.
But you wound up getting some pretty good stuff, though.
I did. I got some decent
Allegedly.
stuff from him. I got Chester Cheetah's Too Cool.
There's a pile. Like, show that picture to the camera here, man. Just look at that.
I don't know if you can see it on my
If you
phone.
can see it or not, I need to get that over
I'll
here.
post it on my Discord.
Man, there's what? 14 games, 15 games there? It's a lot. What are you turning into me?
15 games.
Yeah, Ned Ryerson. Yeah.
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 Ned
You know
Ryerson.
he sells insurance now? I'll give me the whole thing. Give me the platinum package.
But I also got Contra 3. I got Wing Commander. I got Tetris 2. I got Super Pinball.
Which Wing Commander?
Which wing? Just Wing Commander.
The original?
Yeah, the
not
OG.
not 4 with Mark Hamill?
No.
Oh.
Stop it.
Yeah. Or 3, whichever one it is. I don't know.
I got Super Pinball. Behind the Mask. Terrible game.
Yeah.
I got World Heroes.
It's
It's a good
fine.
fun, soft game.
It's a good port of the Neo Geo game, I guess.
I got The Incredible Crash Test Dummies. I got Kirby's Dream Course.
I'm sorry. Read the name of it again.
The Incredible Crash Test Dummies.
Read it. What does it say?
The Incredible Crash Dummies. I'm sorry.
I know. That's a total. What do they call that?
It's a misprint.
No. The Mandela effect. My whole life, I thought it was the Incredible Crash Test Dummies. No, it is the Incredible Crash Dummies.
It is. I honestly didn't even notice that.
I
I'm like,
found
what
that
the
out
damn?
when I was collecting the NES set. That's why I kept making you say it, because I'm like, excuse me, read it. And he's like, I'm reading it. Oh, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you there's some shit out there that says Incredible Crash Test
It
Dummies.
looks
or
like
shit.
them.
It is them.
Yeah. But
It
it's just
is.
the Crash Dummies, not Test.
Yeah.
So weird. Yeah,
It's-
Mandela.
Yeah, it is. It's so weird. Anyway.
So,
Okay.
I also got True Lies. I got Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh, God.
They didn't
Anything
have
else,
Turbo.
Jay? Were you out?
Oh, no, I'm still going. Don't
Is
worry.
this it? You bought so much. We're going to be here all fucking night. Rah!
We probably are. I got Super
We
R-Type.
probably are.
I got Sim Earth.
Super R-Type's good.
I got Sim Earth.
It's no R-Type
Got
3.
that one. Got that one for Tyler. He loves the Sim games.
He likes Sim City.
He does. He might like Sim Earth. Might be a fan. We'll find out. He might say something.
Aren't those the little group blue guys Gargamel's trying to get some Earth?
That's Smurfs.
Oh.
I got Fighter's History.
I hate all games.
That's probably true.
That's actually probably, yeah.
I got Mortal Kombat 3.
That's a good game. Finally.
And I got Out of This World.
Cool. I like Out of This World.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's a good game. A little gamey, but it's good.
Cool game. It's good. What else, Jay? Jesus. So you drove to Grand Rapids for Odyssey 2 games.
I did. I drove 3 hours from
You had some guy on the internet send you Super Nintendo games from Wisconsin.
Yes.
Okay. What else? What
Oh,
else? did
there's
you-
more. I grabbed some games from Kyle too over at Retro Replayed.
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with Kyle.
I got Jimmy Connor's Pro Tennis.
Yeah, we talked about that. And how much was that for the SNES?
$15.
That's you overpaid.
It's a banger. I didn't pay $15.
What is it? What is it? 10 times that on the NES?
Yeah, something like that.
It was something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's it's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
So, but I
Yeah.
got Hyperzone. I got a lot of sports games. I got FIFA 96. I got International Soccer, FIFA International. I got Warlock. I got NFL Quarterback Club 96. I got NFL Football. Some bangers.
So you got a lot of football games, you say?
Pro Quarterback.
Interesting.
Yeah, a little foreshadowing.
What does that mean?
NFL Quarterback Club.
Yeah, you said that one.
Chessmaster.
You got a lot of shit.
I did. I got NBA All-Star Challenge, Super
Man.
Soccer, College Slam, Math Blaster Episode 1.
Well,
Ironically, there was never an Episode 2.
we have a link tree, so
Faceball.
Faceball is awful.
It is.
Faceball is awful.
Super,
look.
Super Play Action Football.
Robbie's got some news for you. Super Play Action Football. You mean the Super Metroid troll game? Every time I would look at a lot back in the day, I'd be like, "Ooh, Super Metroid."
Just kidding.
Super Play Action Football.
Oh, yeah, because the spine has the exact same. It's got that teal.
Yep. It looks like the
Yes.
logo looks like it. So anyway,
Got a shout out to our friend EA. I picked up the Super Nintendo version of NHL 94. Surprised I didn't have it already.
the inferior version
Yeah.
of NHL 94.
And that is it.
Everybody knows the Sega CD version is the best version.
And that is it. That's all I've gotten.
That's it. That's
it.
all.
Yeah.
So they ran out of stuff, or what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. I got like.
I'm trying to budget for Christmas.
Yep.
Okay, so just like 35 games.
Oh, I got the. I got the turbo control.
Oh,
from,
yes,
Kyle.
Mark. Oh, wow. What else?
I
The
got
ASCII
that-
pad.
Yeah, I got the ASCII pad from Kyle.
That's
it
right.
was really nice.
It basically was like brand new ASCII
Yeah.
pad in the bag.
So I got that too.
It's pretty sweet. I gotta admit that was pretty nice.
I think I'm done. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah.
If I think anything else, I'll let you know.
Just interrupt me at any time, like you always do.
Oh, I'm good at it. What about you? Did you get anything?
No,
Okay, cool.
I'm you now, and you're me. I actually did. Let me see here. What did I buy?
What did you buy?
All right.
Oh, don't start with that one. That one needs to come in like last.
Yeah, that's
That one's a banger.
Well, it's not that big of a deal.
It's cool,
People are
though.
gonna think it's like I got another little Samson. It's not. It's a book. Okay.
Okay. Did you get anything?
Got my laptop for my new job.
I'm sure everybody's
pretty
excited
cool.
about that.
It's a Surface Laptop for Business 6.
Does it have a touchscreen?
It does, and I'll never use it.
Oh, okay.
It's actually a laptop, like a computer with a keyboard.
Yeah.
It's not like a tablet that you
Yeah,
convert everything.
But it's still touchscreen.
Yeah. I got a couple empty boxes from Kyle.
Oh.
I went to see our friend Kyle Retro Replayed last week with you.
Did you complain to the manager since they were empty boxes?
No, because I'm
Paid
not
good
gonna, I'm
money
not going
for
to pay
those.
for them.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Kyle. Anyway, no. I got an empty Time Lord box in the classic horrible Milton Bradley box art, which is just so bad.
That's a nice box though.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's got a little crunchy there, a little crunchy, but it's fine. I didn't have Time Lord somehow. I too am a box collector. And I got Magic Sword. These both have the manuals and everything in them. I had this game. It was one of the games I traded to our friend Juan.
Yes.
And he wanted it, so I traded it to him, but I wanted getting the box and manual. So now I need the cart. I have the cart for Time Lord. I have all those. This I do not have.
I don't either.
So you get in line, fucker. It's a race. Anyway. Some less exciting stuff. I've been collecting all the Gridbox Genesis games,
Yes.
right? So when I don't have one, I'll grab it. And in the back, in the bottom, under a pile of garbage, I think actually, I found this Joe Montana football, which I did not have. And these big Genesis
More for
logo on the spine, you can kind of tell what year they're from by the size of the logo.
Oh yeah,
this
'cause
is like
isn't
this.
it super big or it's smaller.
This is like the first or second iteration of them. Yeah, it continues to get smaller.
Yeah.
But that is pretty big, by the way. If you look at it on the end, it's like Sega Genesis. Like
It's like Joe Montana football. Sega Genesis.
they're very similar in size, I would say. But
It's
yeah, there's
bigger
no.
than Joe Montana's name.
You know what? Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
That's right.
They had Mario Lemieux. They had Arnold Palmer, Pat Riley. All the kids love Arnold Palmer. I know when I was looking at my Genesis games, I thought, you know what I want to do? I want to be in Arnie's Army. That's what I was thinking.
You wanted to drink an AP and play.
I would
AP.
drink an AP. I need a manual. There was no manual, but it also cost me basically nothing. So
Yeah.
I don't usually pick up loose Genesis games or Genesis games with a manual, but I got a good feeling I'll probably be able to find either another copy at some point or a manual for this.
Yeah, that's true.
So if anybody's got a manual, yeah, Tommy Lasorda, another classic example of the things that kids love. Who doesn't love a fat guy who eats spaghetti? Big old fat Tommy Lasorda. Who looking at him now, I'm like, not really that fat. Back then, I'm like, oh, look at this fat guy. And I'm like, he looks like me. Okay.
I don't know, the whole thing with that. Like I watched Saved by the Bell, and they have the fat nerd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got like 50 pounds on that kid.
Well, remember Parker Lewis Kubiak was like this big monster. I'm like, this looks like a kid.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's a fat guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
then everybody's favorite farting butt game,
That's a great game.
PO'd. Now,
That's for the
the
PlayStation.
long box PS1 version. Now, Jay, tell the people what happened when we got home with this game. Because again, I got this from Kyle. It's not the greatest shape. It's the classic, the glue goes bad on these things. It looks like some dickhead tried to tape it down too. This was Brian's game. Oh, you dumbass.
That
You
can be
put
fixed.
double-sided
Those
tape
things, yeah.
on there.
But those can be fixed.
You
not
used
that way.
tacky glue.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how you look what you did.
You keep pounding.
I
the
didn't
table.
do
You
it.
need to relax.
It was some other kids.
I need you to calm down.
Anyway, so PO'd.
Are you okay?
Who?
You.
I'm fine. There's nothing wrong, Julian. Why don't I just do this? Let's just do it. It's less likely to fall if I just do it the way I was going to do it originally. Oh, it fell.
Here we go. Hold on.
I got it.
We're gonna get this thing.
I got it.
I
Look.
want to get this thing.
It's done.
Okay. Until I breathe and it falls off.
Well, it's not centered very well either. Thanks for nothing.
Come on, get good, Pitts.
I can't.
What am I running over?
I don't know. Help talk to the people.
I'm gonna talk to the people. I'm trying to get my headphone cable out of the way so I can roll back up to the mic. I'm like a fidget in this chair.
They see me rolling.
So you got PO'd
patrolling.
from Kyle.
But what happened when we got to my house?
We got back to your house and we said, let's play tonight's game. And we went over to play it. And that's over in another area of your basement. Because you have like a seating area where there's TVs and everything. And then you have the other side.
Yes, I have my proper gaming area. And then I have my game storage and library.
Yes. And where I was sitting, I'm like almost right in front of where your Longbox PlayStation games are.
Yeah.
And I look over and I go, you already have PO'd. It's right here. And it's really nice.
Yeah, it was much nicer than this one. I was like,
Yes.
oh, I see.
But if anybody's looking for a copy of PO'd,
If you need a long box copy of PO'd in what I would consider good condition, good to fair to good,
we can get that guy fixed up for you before you
a
purchase
little dent here and stuff. But anyway, it's here. So anyway, there's that.
Yeah.
And then we went back to Kyle's tonight.
it. Yes.
And while we were there, did you buy anything? Sean, you bought.
Can we tell his business?
You want me
Does
to
he
tell
want us
people what you
his
bought?
business?
Sean got a sealed copy of Troy Aikman football for the Atari Jaguar.
Oh.
Yeah. I was kind of
Okay.
mad at him for it.
I kind of missed out on that one.
Nobody's missing out there. But also centric to tonight's topic. Also centric
Didn't
to
you get
tonight's
another
topic.
banger too?
What else did you buy? Okay, you bought a Nintendo 64 game. Anyway.
No, you didn't get a banger.
Anyway. Grail. Yeah, exactly. And then anyway,
Like, see, he is legit jealous.
I was a little upset. I'm a little upset.
You should see him when he sees my Odyssey 2 collection.
But just wait, because I went and bought Doki Doki Literature Club Plus for the PS5
Yeah.
and the Nintendo Switch. I've never played these games, though I hear they are
So that's done with our collecting
fucked
update.
up, and I'm all about them fucked up games. It looks like some sort of anime dating simulator, but it says on the back here, enter the #1 psychological horror experience.
You know who should have asked input on that?
Nobody.
Mr. Iucci. I bet he knows.
I bet Tyler knows. But the funny part about it
Tyler
is,
doesn't know anything outside of PC games.
in Doki
From
Doki
the 70s.
in Doki Doki Literature Club Plus for the PS5, when you open it, it's got some little knickknacks in here.
Knickknacks?
It's got a little printed out Instagram logo. Oh, I mean floppy disk because I'm old.
Oh, a 3.5. Let me see.
Yeah, very good. Well
That's
done.
fancy.
I have a business card from Metaverse Enterprise Solutions.
Oh.
I've got the Literature Club member card. Look at that. Nice little plastic card. There's a bunch of stickers of, I'm assuming, the people in the game. I don't know anything about this yet. There's a poem that's on like an embossed piece of paper. And then these little punch out things, almost like the lunar things.
Next sticker.
This looks like something you would get in one of those big box Odyssey 2 games nobody ever played. Can I have my thing back, or did you give it to me?
I did not. I'm looking to see if this is still.
I got to put it back in the box. I can't have it. I can't not have it in the box. I need it back.
Hold on.
Why? What do you need it for? I need it.
This is for a soundtrack. Oh, it's gone.
You can't download it anymore.
No, it's a dead link. It says it's just 301 moved permanently.
I'll
But we're
figure
not
it
gonna
out.
tell you
It's a
where.
soundtrack downloader. I was going into DDLC knowing it's a horror game is like going into The Sixth Sense knowing he's dead. Like, I'm not sure that what's there to shock you about it anymore. It says it right on the back. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. I just heard it's messed up, so I'm going to play it. But anyway, grab those. And then the last thing I got, my favorite thing I got.
This is pretty cool.
I'm actually a huge fan. I'm not a comic book collector in any way. Only time I have comics are when they are adjacent to things I really, really like. But none of that stuff's like comic properties. I do not care about Marvel or DC or Batman or the Avengers or Thunderbirds or whatever the shit that's out there that I see a million of every time.
Yeah.
I do like The Walking Dead, but I don't collect the comics.
You were looking at those pretty hard, though.
No football comics, sorry. I looked at them. I would not. I have a few of those issues. If I wanted Walking Dead ones, I'd get those like trade paperbacks or the compendiums and read them.
Like the full, like the book.
Because I just want to read it. But I got this. It's Black Dynamite issue number 1 cover variant. And go ahead.
Oh, shit! Ah! Mom!
It might get a second when you pull the back of this cover out.
If you're familiar with Black Dynamite, he's a superhero. I don't think we need another sound drop. But the cover of it is him punching something. And what you realize is that it is him punching a shark. He is underwater punching the shit out of a shark. And if you've never seen the movie Black Dynamite, it is a parody of so many 70s blaxploitation movies. So many movies you see back there: The Max, Superfly, Willie Dynamite, 3 the Hard Way, Disco Godfather, Dolomite, all those things. And it is a fantastic parody of it.
Yes.
It is a hilarious movie. Michael Jai White plays Black Dynamite, who's the superhero whose brother is murdered, and he has to go figure out what's going on, and he stumbles upon a plot where they're trying to thwart and undermine the black man. And it's fucking great, man. I love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It's hilarious. I highly recommend watching Black Dynamite if you've never seen it. But the comic is just like, how do you not buy Black Dynamite underwater punching a shark right in his stupid face? Pow!
You know who else got punched in the face this weekend?
Ohio State?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right, they did. They right in the stupid mouth. Speaking of stupid mouths. All right. So, with that, Jay,
yes,
thus brings us to the conclusion of the collecting segment.
Yes.
And therein it is time to discuss the topic of today's show.
Yes.
So, Jay.
Yes.
Will you tell me, please,
yes,
the topic of today's show?
It is real sports football for the Atari 2600.
It is not that. You are lying.
It's Tecmo Bowl for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Do you think when I said that, Robbie was like, fuck, I got the wrong game?
Probably. It's usually how that goes. So, no, I think he got this one. He knows the deal.
Yes, but it is. It's Tecmo Bowl for regular, the OG Tecmo Bowl for the Nintendo.
The original Tecmo Bowl for the
Yes.
8-bit NES. Yes.
AKA the Bo Jackson running game.
We'll get to all that.
Yes.
Okay. It's notorious for many things.
Yes.
One, really, though.
Yes.
So, Jay, when did this game come out in the NES?
It came out February of 1989. That would have been right after the Super Bowl in 1989.
You know what else happened in 1989?
No, what happened?
The Michigan Wolverines defeat the Ohio State Buckeyes in Michigan Stadium 28-18. 28-18. They beat them. All right. So then what happened?
Then it came out in the arcade in 1987.
And then what?
Did Michigan beat Ohio
I don't
State?
know anything about it that year. I didn't pay any attention. I don't know.
Then it also came out on the Game Boy in 1991.
1991. Jay, let me tell you about the 1991 version of the game. And for those who are unacquainted or unindoctrinated,
Well played.
the game is Michigan versus Ohio State. And it is the biggest rivalry in sports. And anybody who says otherwise is a dirty liar. The 1991 Michigan-Ohio State game takes place as it being an odd-numbered game. As always, the odd-numbered games are at Michigan Stadium. Much like last year, not this year when Michigan won at Ohio Stadium, an even number, 2024. 1991, Michigan defeats Ohio State 31-3 at home in a clubbing, an absolute drubbing.
So
that was the Game Boy version, 1991.
you want to tell me a little bit about the gameplay and story there, Mike?
I thought you'd never ask. All right. So, Tecmo Bowl, man, this game. Before this, okay, Tecmo Bowl, the gameplay and story of Tecmo Bowl is very simple. I'll make it very easy. Tecmo Bowl is the first video game on a console that featured real players. So you could play as Mike Singletary. You could play as Jack Trudeau, former quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. Steve Largent.
Could
right?
you play as Dan Marino?
Yes. He was he was on the Miami Dolphins. Now, here's the thing. At this time, I believe there were 28, if not 30 teams in the NFL. I don't remember how many, but somewhere in that area. We only got 12. There's limitations here, right? So you got 6 AFC teams, 6 NFC teams, and these rosters that I talked about with this NFLPA license, okay, you had the team names, but you could not use the logos because they did not have the NFL license, okay? So whatever, it gets murky, right?
Yeah.
But you had 6 teams on both sides, the NFC and the AFC. In 1987, they took the best and most notorious teams. So there are some missing from that era that maybe today they would use, but back then they didn't. Okay. But the teams that they did use in the NFC, the Chicago Bears.
They were good then.
They were good.
They just won a Super Bowl.
They had Jim McMahon. They had Walter Payton, the second best running back in the game.
William Perry.
Well, sure. I mean, I would have gone Singletary, but he would probably gone by 87, actually. I don't know. Yeah, not the Lions. They're not there, guys. Don't look for the Lions because this is the pre-Barry Sanders Lions. This is the Eric Hipple, James Jones, post-Billy Sims Lions.
Yeah, it's probably good they were there.
It's a bad... For a franchise that has had a lot of nothing but bad for a long time, this was a bad era.
Yes.
Even for them. You're just like, oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, Chicago Bears. Dallas Cowboys. Now, as I go through these, Jay,
yes.
I want your help.
Okay.
I want you to tell me, as we go through each of these teams, who the best player you think is on each of these teams at this point.
Oh, God.
Or in this game.
Okay.
So we talked about the Chicago Bears. I'm going to give you Walter Payton because he's one of the greatest running backs of all time. I would say he's the third best. So, you got Barry, Jim Brown, Walter Payton. That's the way I see it. It's the Mount Rushmore of running backs, however you want to look at it. Okay, no big deal. Dallas Cowboys. Who would you say was the best player in the Dallas Cowboys in 1987?
Bart Starr.
Bart Starr, yes. Yes, 62-year-old Bart Starr by then was the best player. No, he did not play for the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't keep up on the Cowboys because I don't like them. But
also a running back. That's an excellent guess, Angry Jay, but it is not. Although Tony Dorsett is in this game, he is not playing for the Cowboys at this point. Herschel Walker is the running back for the Cowboys at this point. And that's about all they got. Because this is right before they Landry gets fired and all that. Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, God. Did the Vikings have anybody?
Fuck them. Who cares?
Yeah, okay.
The New York Giants.
Did they have anybody good on the team?
The New York Giants, I said.
Sims?
No, not Phil. Think of the New York Giants and the best defender they've ever had.
Oh, Ronnie Lott. No, not Ronnie Lott. Oh, my God. Singletary. No. I don't know.
He did a lot of cocaine. Had a lightning bolt earring. LT.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor is amazing in this game. The Giants' defense in this game. This is one of the things I loved about Tecmo Bowl as a kid. Each of these players have their own statistics. You did not keep statistics. It did not have a save function.
Yeah.
You could not keep track of stats unless you did it yourself like a giant nerd would. Anyway, but each player had its own attributes. So like Bo Jackson had like 1,500 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns.
You haven't got that far.
He's in the game. I'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But Walter Payton has a number of yards and touchdowns, and he's very fast. But like other running backs with less are less capable, right?
Yeah.
So like LT has like 5,000 sacks in the game, and the guy's just like one of the fastest players in the game. Mm-hmm. He's amazing. So from a defensive perspective, with him and I think Leonard Marshall and Carl Banks, the Giants' defense will shut you down.
Not
but
Carl
offense
Banks from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's Carlton Banks.
Yes.
But it would be short for it, I guess. But.
There you go.
So then, boy, this one's easy. The San Francisco 49ers. What I would consider the second best team in this game is the 49ers. Who would you say is the best player on that team?
Joe Montana.
It is Joe Montana. Only because he's
They
the
have a
one
number-
throwing.
a number
but
of
it's
really good
everybody.
players. Yeah.
It's everybody. They were just the best team. They won the Super Bowl that year. They were awesome. Washington Redskins.
Mark Rippon.
Who cares? I don't even remember who it was. They have each team has 4 plays. Okay, the concept of Tecmo Bowl is an overhead view, 2D. It's a horizontal scrolling
There you go.
game. You're going left to right, blah blah.
Yes.
But the Redskins, you basically at the play screen, if you're playing against the computer or you're playing against a person, you have 4 plays you can choose: up, down, left, right, and a button, and you choose the play. They're usually 2 plays and 2 runs and 2 passes, but sometimes it's 1 run, 3 passes, whatever. The Redskins have this horrible reverse play that never works. It's awful. So anyway, they suck. The Cleveland Browns.
They suck. Again, who cares?
Shane Mack, I think, would probably be the best. Bernie Kosar, maybe good. Denver Broncos.
John Elway.
Yes, John Elway is the best player in the game, but there's another Hall of Famer on that team on offense.
Who else would have been there?
His name has been mentioned already. He went to the University of Pittsburgh and won the Heisman Trophy in like 1977.
Who?
Tony Dorsett.
Oh.
He was playing for the
Oh,
Broncos.
yeah, that's right. I forgot he was playing for the Broncos then.
And then the Indianapolis Colts. Just nobody.
Peyton Manning?
No. Jack Trudeau.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Los Angeles Raiders, we'll get to them last.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins, we talked
Dan
about
Marino.
Marino. Okay. Seattle Seahawks, I'd say Kurt Warner or Steve Largent, but they just weren't very good.
Kurt Warner wasn't on the Seahawks then, was he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Because I played this game an awful lot as a kid.
Okay. Touche.
And then the coup de grace. The Los Angeles Raiders, perceived by most to be the best team in the game for one single solitary reason. And while you I'm going to let the people, not that Kurt Warner, exactly, the running back Kurt Warner with a C, not the K Kurt Warner. I'm so glad that Angry Jay is here who knows ball, because this regular Angry Jay doesn't know ball. Jay, no ball knowing Jay. While you sit there, I want you to, I don't remember what I was going to do to stall.
I don't know. Well, I actually have a stat I was going to pull up because we talked about the Lions not being on here. The Lions were an abysmal 4-11 that year in 1980. Oh, yeah, they weren't good.
Who were the best players on that team, Jay?
Who were the best players?
Where'd that thing go that through here?
Probably nobody.
What about Bo Buddy?
On the Lions?
No.
I was talking about the Lions.
I know what you're talking about.
Is that okay? Yeah, it came out good.
Nothing I like better than a shirtless man with some pads and a bat.
With some pads and a bat.
All right.
Actually, from...
The Lions sucked. We can move on. It's okay.
Actually, I looked up the top players of 1987
For the Lions?
and just in general, overall. Chuck Long was on there for interceptions.
Oh, he's league leader.
Yeah, 20.
Former
He had 20.
former Heisman Trophy winner and overall number 2 pick, I believe, from
Yeah.
Iowa.
So there you go.
He was not good.
He had 20 interceptions that year.
Chuck Long. What a name for a guy who throws a football. Everybody go deep. What do you do, Chuck Long?
Chuck Long. Well,
Okay.
then we go back to the LA Raiders.
This was the Los Angeles Raiders
Yes.
before they moved to Oakland, back to Los Angeles, and subsequently landed in.
Las Vegas.
And did you know they are the Las Vegas Raiders, but the Vegas Golden Knights are the Vegas Golden Knights? They are not the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the hockey team.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's true. Bo broke a lot of bats. He sure did. I can think of one in particular he broke right over his own damn knee. Superstar Bo Jackson. The 2-sport phenom out of Auburn, Heisman Trophy winner. Actually, he might have won the Heisman Trophy in front of Chuck Long. Chuck Long might have come in second, a distant second, I believe, in
Yeah,
1985.
That sounds about right. Bo Jackson was arguably one of the best multi-sport. He was probably the best multi-sport player ever. He was amazing at baseball and football.
Bo Jackson was a phenom. He was a phenom. He transcended sports and into public consciousness. That guy was the man. So,
Because the only other guy I can think of that did it was Sanders.
yeah,
Successfully, and he wasn't even as he was
his
good
was
at
all
football.
show. His was all show.
He was good at football. He wasn't really good at baseball.
Well, you were forgetting the most important one.
Drew Henson.
MJ.
Oh, because he did baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played for the Birmingham Barons once. Anyway, he rode the bus. I heard all about it.
He played for like the
Birmingham
White
Barons.
Sox. Is that the White Sox like G League, F League?
I think that's the AA or
It's
A
like
team.
the high school.
It's the Pioneer League.
Could you imagine that? You're like they're like coming up in the high school and you're playing baseball with
Listen,
Michael
Rick.
Jordan.
This ain't the California Penal League. We wear caps and sleeves at this level, son. Okay. Bo
But yes, Bo
Jackson.
Jackson.
Barons is AA. I was right. Look at
Yeah,
that. I was
yeah.
right. Bo Jackson was an absolute phenom. He was a cultural phenomenon. The guy was just incredible. Won a Heisman Trophy, played football, played baseball, detonated Brian Bosworth and sent him into a downward spiral of poor acting for the next 40 years. Well, 30. Although I do enjoy him on the Fansville commercials. He's pretty good as the mayor or the sheriff. But anyway, so you cannot talk about Tecmo Bowl for more than 5 seconds without someone literally going, Bo Jackson. Even people who are unacquainted with football, barely know video games, they know and they remember Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl. And that is because he is a deity.
Yeah.
When you toss the word elite around, it's unfair to Bo Jackson. It's not complimentary enough of how good this guy is. It is insanity. So yes, Bo Jackson is the cheat code of Tecmo Bowl, essentially. You can play as the 49ers. You can run deep with Rice. Peyton's going to bust one off. There are other great, like I said, Lawrence Taylor is great at defense, block kicks, intercept, all that stuff. But man, there's nothing better than just like lining up. I'm like, I'm going to play a little Tecmo Bowl. Why don't I go with the Raiders? I'll pick Los Angeles. Let me just run this play. And I'm going to tell you, I did something. I haven't told anybody this. I literally sat down and played this game.
Yeah.
And I beat all 11 weeks. You must, in order to beat this game, the only way you can beat it is you must beat all 11 teams.
Did you get a patch?
I should, because I'm going to tell you know how I beat it? I ran the Bo Jackson run play every down, every play, and beat the game. I did not have to choose a different play. I pressed up and A, and that's the only play I chose for 11 straight games. And my thumb hurt. Now, you got Nintendo thumb going there, which digging into my corners of my thumb, and it's still a little sore from it, actually.
Did you end up like playing Breath of the Wild later, and you just kept hitting up and A? You're just like doing this, and you're like, what is going on?
Why did I die? I can't die on Bo Jackson. It is true. You can literally beat this game by running the same. And sometimes the beauty of so to explain the mechanics or the AI or whatever, the computer, knowledge of how the game is programmed. You essentially, when you're playing the computer, you choose a play, right? Like up and A, you choose the Bo Jackson play. The computer randomly chooses a play as well of the 4. So they've got a 1 in 4 chance of picking your play, which if they do, everybody busts to the line. All the receivers are covered. There's nowhere to go. Unless you're Bo Jackson. Because I got news for you. You pitch that ball to Bo Jackson. And here comes everybody. He's like, well, shit, I'll just run backwards for a few minutes and get everybody out of their fucking minds. And then I'll just take off and people are bouncing off him. It's like Marshawn Lynch power driving people on the ground. It's literally insanity sometimes. You're just like, this is not real. And it's not. It's an arcade experience in football. It's a very accessible thing. But yes, I can personally attest to anybody listening or watching. If you want to beat Tecmo Bowl, you can do it strictly with the Bo Jackson play and a little finesse. That's it. That's all you need. So just to give you an idea of where that guy was and what he was able to do in the game. Now, we don't have a ton around the development of this game because who cares? It's about Bo Jackson. This whole episode's about Bo Jackson, apparently. Who developed and published this game, Jay?
It was developed and published by Tecmo.
And then it is called what?
Tecmo Bowl. Or Bowl.
Yeah, our friend Tyler made a good point. Like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out gets called Punch-Out. Why would you call Tecmo Bowl? Let's just call it Bowl. Like it's just Bowl now.
Bowl.
I'll call it Bowl.
Bowl.
B-O-W-L.
Yeah.
It might as well be Tecmo B-O-W-L because that's really what
It
this
should
game
be
is.
Bo Jackson football is what it should be.
No, because there's Bo Jackson baseball, and let me tell you, it's not as good. Now, the thing I love about this game, okay, not to give away anything about my thoughts about it, but the thing that I do love about this game is that prior to this, football games on consoles were real bad.
Not good.
You had Real Sports Football for the Atari 2600 right over Jay's head there. Nice.
You know what else you had? In 1978, you had football for the Odyssey 2.
Yeah, that's right.
And I
Football
say
with an
that because
exclamation
it's-
point.
Yeah, it's football with an
You
exclamation
mean like
point.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out
Yes.
with 2 exclamations.
Yes.
And,
Ooh, 10-yard fight.
oh no, I was going to say, the examples prior to this were things like 10-yard fight and John Elway's quarterback, which I don't even know if it came out before or after. I believe John Elway's quarterback was actually a port of a game out that came out much earlier.
That game's terrible.
Those games suck. And this was the first, I remember this being the first fun football game that you could play and be like, oh my God, it's Bo Jackson. Oh my God, it's Lawrence Taylor or whoever.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Lions aren't here. That's because they suck. That's what, living here, that's all we were. And we were like, it's because they suck. And we're like, yeah, it's true. But anyway, so yeah, that's just a little bit about the game, the lore. Let's talk a little bit about the reception of this game and the reviews of it.
Done.
Okay. So, Jay, don't look at your sheet. Turn it over. Turn the sheet over. Don't look. The first 2 are not fair to ask. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna start from the third one because the first 2 are not rated. There's no answer.
Okay.
In 2001, Game Informer
Okay.
had issue 100, and in that issue, they outlined their top 100 games of all time. Where do you think this game landed, Jay? Do you think it was rated at all?
Well, you said the first 2 weren't fair because they weren't. There was no rating. So you said you're going to go to the third one. So I'm assuming there has to be a rating there.
I can't tell you whether there is or not.
I'm going to go with there is. I'm going to say top 100?
That's the list. Yeah, you can't say that because that's what it's in. That's the list name.
I know. I'm just asking, making sure. It's top 100. 48.
It was not rated.
Really?
No, it was 38.
Oh. I was like, son of a bitch.
It was number 38.
I'm not too far off.
Yeah. Now, Nintendo Power, same thing. September 1997,
Mm-hmm.
issue 100, top 100 games of all time. Where did it rank?
Oh, it's got to be better than that because it's Nintendo Power.
It's also, well, why? It's not like they put the game out. Tecmo put it out.
Yeah, I still think Nintendo Power.
There were less games, too, 4 years earlier,
And that's top 100 as well.
This is at the height of Nintendo 64 madness.
Oof.
I don't know. That might actually be going on now, folks.
65.
Number 30.
Oh. See how it
Number 30. Now,
lower.
Moby Games. Moby Games, overall, 25,500 games at Moby Games. Where did this game land at 25,500 games?
25,400.
It was almost smack dab in the middle. 12,878 was ranked out of 25,000. And now on the NES specifically,
Yes.
where there's 809 different titles with the Famicom and all that stuff. Where would you say that this game landed on Moby Games overall rating? It was a 7.1. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Time's up.
Yeah, I can't.
164.
Oh, I was said like 20.
It was 164. And this game was bookended at 164 by Tiny Toon Adventures 2, Adventures in Wacky Land or whatever it's called, and Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. And I thought to myself, this seems awfully low. It seemed awfully low to me. It did.
Yeah.
I just remember this being one of those games that everybody had and everybody played and anybody could pick up and play. And I know these guys and blah, 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 blah. Now, there's also this. Andy Nesbitt from USA Today wrote an article.
Yes.
And in the article, he was writing about video game athletes. Bo Jackson is easily the greatest video game athlete of all time.
Well, accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. They had an interview with him. They talked to him and he said, I've never played Tecmo Bowl, so I have no idea, like, really how it works. But I've signed so many of those games. Like, every time I have a signing, somebody brings a copy of Tecmo Bowl with them. And I'm like, I'll be doing that if I ever see you, buddy.
You know what I'd love to get signed by him?
This.
Yes.
You can't, though.
Why not?
The person who owns the rights to that photograph
yeah,
doesn't
that's
make
right.
any
He won't
money.
sign it.
So he won't sign it because he would then in turn have to take part of that money and give it to when we talk about this, I'm sorry, we're pointing at a picture that people might not be able to see. There is a classic photo of Bo Jackson. I had this poster back in the day. He's wearing a set of football pads with a bat over his shoulder, holding it, just kind of looking at the camera.
Yeah.
And the dude just looks like a monster. I mean, he's like, not monster, but he's just like
Chiseled.
He's in fantastically perfect shape, and he's just like an awesome athlete. And the guy, but he will not sign that picture because he has an agreement with the person that licensed and took and owns the license to that picture, that he would not do it because in turn he would have to pay him.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't want to pay him, but it just gets complicated money wise and all that shit. So
Ironically,
something else to keep track of.
I actually had a stand-up of that. I wish I still had it.
Shit, I don't even know one of those existed, but I had the poster.
Well, my cousin worked at it. And most
MC
people
Sporting
won't know. He worked at Imperial Sports, which was a local Michigan sporting goods and mainly shoe, like a Foot Locker.
Yeah, it was like a local Foot Locker.
And they had stand-ups of him in the stores, and my cousin actually got one for me. I have a picture of it somewhere, like me standing next to it, because it was like a full-size stand-up.
He's going.
No.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's just a little bit about the game. Okay. Very fundamental arcade style game. It started in the arcade.
Can I turn this back over?
You can turn it back over.
thank you.
It started in the arcade. What's interesting about this arcade cabinet, it's a dual monitor setup. I believe they have this at Galloping Ghost.
Oh, yeah, because you pick your plays on one monitor, and the other one was the actual game. wasn't it?
No. You have the whole field is spread out.
Oh.
It's they're right next to each other almost seamlessly.
Oh, I thought they were top and bottom.
Nope.
Like a play choice
Nope.
type. Oh, okay.
Speaking of the play choice,
Yeah.
maybe talking about that in a little bit.
Okay.
I think it's time to call our friends.
Can we do something first? Real quick? I was just reading the chat.
I don't care.
I was reading the chat.
Whatever you want.
Now the chat says, talk to me about NFL Blitz on the N64. It's
Uh-oh.
a trash game on a trash system.
I like NFL Blitz. I don't know if I would like it on the 64. It's a good game on other platforms.
Nothing's good on the N64.
Well, probably.
I mean, come at me about Wave Race 64, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad.
No, it's actually kind of fun.
We ready to call our friends?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank God.
That's all. I just wanted to talk trash
All right.
about the 64.
Well, you might want to get your thing set up over here instead of talking.
My thing?
Well, who are we calling first? They're in an order, right?
Yeah.
So who we calling?
John.
Right. Well, you ready? Because I'm calling him.
I'm ready.
Let's call our friend retro game enthusiast John Young, everybody. You ready? Is that a yes?
Yeah, I'm ready. I hope he's ready.
I hope.
Hello.
Dodging and weaving with the football through the mean streets of Kansas City.
The defending Super Bowl champions.
Yes, the defending Super Bowl champions. The sauce boss himself. The barbecue king of Kansas City. Mr. Famicom Box, because that's what Tyler says I have to call him. Retro game enthusiast, John Young. I'm getting that down. Hi, John. How are you?
Hey, gents. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourselves?
I'm good. Michael?
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, hoy.
Oh, boy. Indeed.
Ahoy, indeed. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. I'm going to be completely honest. I did not expect so much sports talk during the Tecmo Bowl episode. And
Really?
like the first 5 minutes in, I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you really?
What?
But great episode, much like the league. It's very enjoyable, regardless of whether or not you are there for the sports or for a taco.
I like to hear that. How you been, John?
Good, man. It's been kind of relaxing, a little lazy. I got a new microwave, and then I thought it was shit, so I got another new microwave.
Oh, so you have two microwaves?
Yeah, you need
Three. One broken one shit one, and one good one.
one? No, good call. Yeah, no, it is free. Yeah.
You know, the broken ones are good for spice racks.
In our house, they
Oh, really?
are.
Yeah.
We have a broken microwave that's one of those space saver ones that's built into the cabinets, and it went bad. And buying a space saver microwave is so absurdly expensive nowadays. They're hundreds of dollars more than a standard model. So we said, "Fuck it, we're not going to put new cabinets in just for a new microwave." We just left it up there, and we put spices in it now.
It's actually nice. Though. It's
classy.
got like a little lazy Susan in there. You just kind of spin it around and be like, oh, there's the pepper.
Yeah. Look at that ground. Look at the cumin, Hungarian paprika.
So with your shit
Anyway.
microwave, you got ideas now.
Yeah, we're just trying to help
Wait,
facilitate.
I love it. Mike, you're on that transition of the people that have like the bathtub in the front yard that has flowers growing out of it.
No. I always remember the guy who kept like the toilet in the front yard by his. There's the guy that just had a toilet, and I'm like, well, you have a. Why is there a toilet in your front yard by your mailbox? What do you?
Because it's a Ferguson.
I'm pretty sure the red green
Bawoosh.
show that. I'm pretty sure the red green show so that you could like make them into like decorative flower pots for your front yard.
I'm not doing that.
If they don't find you
No?
if they don't find you handsome, they'll find you handy.
I'm not doing that. I'm not putting a bathtub in my front yard. I'm not putting anything made of white porcelain in my front yard.
If you put a toilet in your front yard, I
Ben,
will,
clip that
use
for a future episode when we have to call Mike out on.
I'm gonna have like this. I'm gonna have some like investigative reporter come by the house. Like, are you Mike Pitts? Well, I don't know.
Are you
What-
eating a meatball sub?
What is this? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What is this? Is this a toilet in your front yard? I know what this is about, I'd say.
it. So, John, what else has been going on?
What's that?
What else has been going on? We got way off the rails with your microwave.
I bought some stuff.
Oh, did
Finally.
you? What'd you buy?
Yeah. Well, we already talked about the microwaves.
Yes.
And then I got a miter saw and a table saw because it was a package deal.
Were
You
they
are such
100
an
volt?
Old man's
Do you need a
homeowner.
step down transformer to be able to play them here? Or?
I'm sticking with the whole DeWalt battery series, so I'm
I
just
see. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
60 volt max, whatever nonsense. Anyway, moving along. I also bought. I always talk about not being a sealed collector, but
You
I
lied.
got a really, I know I got a really good deal on sealed Zelda 2, Metroid, and Kid Icarus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, pretty exciting. But I should have probably prefaced this with Famicom Disk System.
Yeah, they're Famicom Disk System games.
Yeah.
Still cool.
It's all right.
All good games.
No, much cheaper than if you're buying sealed on the NES. But no,
Did you
I'm at
open them up,
50
see how
cent.
they play?
No,
Oh, okay.
because you would not believe all the number of games that I have that get demagnetized. So
Wow.
they're staying inside of there. They're never being opened until I sell them for millions of dollars, or never.
Okay.
You missed out. They had the big Heritage Japanese auction. Or maybe it's coming up.
There was a big one a while ago,
But there's another one. I just got a mailer for it. I'm like, what is
Oh.
this? And I'm like, what is this Japanese Kirby? And I'm like, oh, it's Heritage Auctions. I can throw this in the garbage. And
You don't want to
Did I ever tell you that the dent? There's actually a collector in Japan. He's not from Japan, but he's there. That's buying up all the sealed stuff, and he is also a dentist.
No, but I
Is he going to have them all graded too?
don't know what to say about that.
No, he is. He's one of the guys that's grading a bunch of stuff.
No surprise. He's probably heavily involved in the Heritage International Japanese auction.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
So no, I'm excited about those. I've not bought anything else, so that's my collecting corner.
Well, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Good update. It was almost as
Collecting.
good as
I think we should
Jay's.
name that John's Collecting Corner.
I don't think so.
I think we should.
I don't think so.
What do you think, John? John's Collecting Corner? I think that sounds good.
I like it, but a long time ago I suggested that. Oh, never mind. I'll mention that in the chat. I'm not sure if Jay likes that one.
What?
We can talk offline about all this.
Oh no, it was, I think I referred to something like Uncle Jay's mystery van or something like that.
Oh,
How do
that
you
just
like
sounds
that idea?
creepy. Wouldn't that be Uncle Robbie's mystery van
Well, I didn't.
with the
I didn't.
broken CRT?
Yeah, I didn't know about Robbie's deep lore at that point, so I don't know if I had seen the van yet.
No, I don't think anybody knows about Robbie's deep lore. I don't think anybody wants to know about Robbie's deep lore.
It's out there.
Robbie said that's the mystery part.
See if shit's huge in Australia.
So are we, apparently.
Oh,
No, we're
nice.
not. No, we're not.
We were.
No, we're not.
What happened? Did we fall off?
So whose job is it to
Really
keep me
top
on
10.
track this time?
Exactly. Thank you. I'm waiting for Jay to move this shit along, and he won't. He just sits there.
Okay.
Oh, what's going on?
You know what this is?
Oh,
This
it's
is
the
like
deer in the headlights. Oh, what? I should run, but I can't. I'm trapped. Move the
I do
fucking
love-
show along.
This is like the
You
guy.
made the list.
This is like the guy that cuts you off on the highway because he has somewhere to be super fast, but then you flash your brights at him, and then he has to slam on the brakes and go, "Well, I'm going to mess with you the whole time."
How else would I tell you?
Blah blah.
Anyway.
blah.
What people come to the show for is the respect of which Mike shows to Jay.
You mean none?
When all Jay wants is to be loved, and
I do, but I'm
Yeah.
just verbally abused every week.
yeah,
Every week. So, John, did you get a chance to play Tecmo Bowl?
Thank you.
I did. Now, I'm okay with calling it Bowl, although I believe that they purposefully put Tecmo in the name, so it's not like Tecmo's Super Strike Soccer.
Tecmo World Cup Soccer Simulator.
Hey,
Yeah,
trying to keep the
exactly.
show going.
Go, please. Don't. I'm not saying a word.
So, what are your thoughts on the game?
Man, I forgot how good the music is on this game. Between this and those later RBI games, what's up with like sports titles just having dudes like put together some of the best soundtracks?
That's how they roll.
Apparently.
That's
And
how they
rock.
bowl.
How they bowl. That's what Mike said.
Yes. But no, this game is very much tied to nostalgia. I think the reason it doesn't get ranked higher is because everybody just expects it to be good. Because it's not like, it's got the voice stuff going on. It's got the cool cutscenes, but like, it doesn't do anything like crazy exceptional other than the fact that it was like massive replayability.
Yes.
Agreed.
And and it was broken in the best way. And I don't think Nintendo really learned that until much later.
I would
you
agree
know.
with that, and that it was broken in this way where you could like, if you figured out the cheat code of the game, you would want to play it just for the entertainment value of playing it with the cheat code, kind of.
You mean Bo Jackson?
Exactly.
That's why they call it Tecmo Bowl, like I said.
All right.
Go ahead.
So no, I just think that similar to like golf on the NES, like it pretty much dictated how golf games would be done for the next 40 years.
Yeah.
It's
pretty accurate.
it has a foundation element in it that really kind of just makes it like you forget how much they nailed so early on.
Yes.
So and I mean, I'm not a football guy, but I do like football
I'm not a football
games.
game either.
I'm not a football. Yeah, exactly. Who's calling me a football game?
Yeah, how dare you?
Exactly.
Call me a
your
TV
mother
in my
was a
own house.
football
You're a
game.
TV.
You're not a big football guy, huh, John?
Yeah, no, not of it. Thanks. I appreciate that. Back on track.
Yes.
No, it just that, but these sort of games are definitely like rooted in my childhood. In that, I want to say games like this and the Sega Genesis having the better sports games really pushed me more towards Genesis in the '90s.
Yes.
Because I think I mentioned this before, but my memory of the '90s, the sports games were considered the good ones, and you wanted the systems with all the sports on them. And like the rest of the games were things that you could enjoy, but not as cool.
They were for nerds.
So it was so weird when that whole price flip thing happened. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, if there's a bunch of sports games because everybody will just get one. But no, it's in this case, it totally makes sense. And I do feel bad for all those shitty sports games that came out later.
Oh,
Like football games where it's just like, oh, this isn't as good as that one that came out.
NFL
10 years
football or
NFL Blitz for the N64.
All right. Well,
easy
no,
now,
I mean,
easy.
I remember some on the Genesis and PlayStation where they just got way too much into that whole playing the coach thing.
The sim stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't well balanced. It was more of a, hey, look what we did. And that really ruined it.
Yeah.
But anyway, no,
All
good
right.
game. A
So-
plus.
Oh, A plus. Let me
Crocodile.
put that down on my list.
8
Yeah.
plus.
It's a
Hey,
crocodile.
Do you remember what you rated Road Rash? Because apparently I didn't put these in the sheet. Oh, it's the different sheet. I take that back. I did.
Okay.
I did do it.
So
That was where
off
I
of
made the
Road
mistake.
Rash, since that's not what we're
Disregard
doing.
what Jay said about Road Rash.
What?
God damn it, Jay, stay on track.
Yeah,
So
come
John,
on.
I know you gave it an A+, but if you were to rank it on a scale of 1 to 5 in 0.5 increments, where do you think you'd rank it?
I don't like to put numbers on things. I love to put numbers on things. That's what I do all day.
I was just saying, aren't you a
4.5.
number guy?
4.5.
4.5. Wow.
4.5. And it's right on the border with a 5.0 for me. I don't know why I'm not, but I feel like there's something about it that doesn't want me to go to that 5.
I have a theory, and I'll talk about it in my review.
Is it me hating sports and growing up in South Bend, Indiana, and being like, yeah, Notre Dame?
Probably.
Hey, Notre Dame.
Okay.
Probably.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Daddy. I mean, sorry, Mike. I mean, never mind.
What the hell's going on around here all of a sudden?
It's yeah, I'm getting psychoanalyzed.
Right.
Anyway,
Anywho, so John, is there anything you've got coming up? Any shows or anything?
no, the one show I was going to do did get canceled. It was this little artsy thing. I do have some. Well, I can't say it publicly, but
Okay. You got some stuff?
yeah. So
Okay.
we'll talk about it later. There's a big shakeup in the convention community here in Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk
You got
about
the
that
tea, huh?
another day.
Yeah. It's not to be shared outside of circles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't put this on the internet, guys.
Yeah.
There's some
always
shit going
here.
down in Kansas City around the convention stuff, but don't tell anybody. John mentioned it. John Young.
I'm looking forward to the online conspiracies about that one guy on a podcast that said something
That's right.
20 years ago.
Tinfoil
Anyway,
hat.
no, that's it. I'm ready to go back into my box.
Okay.
Let's stuff him in a box.
Well, John, where can they find you? I got to ask you that.
So I am on Instagram as Retro Game Enthusiast. I am on the Discord as RetroGE, and I have an email address somewhere.
Okay.
Retro Game Enthusiast, I believe, at gmail.com.
Send him an email.
Interesting. Yeah, send him an email. Tell him to buy
Yeah,
you Bone Storm or go to
correspondence.
hell.
Yeah, I like long correspondence.
Enjoy long correspondence.
Yes.
If you like long correspondence
I
and
do.
reading emails
Oh,
at night,
sorry.
What?
if you
didn't
lay in your
notice the tone.
bed and
Oh, good Lord.
use your iPad to watch a fight,
I'm going to mute you.
I dare you to mute me.
Oh, okay. Easy. Easy.
You can do it. It's
All right, John. Well, thank you for coming on, buddy.
All right, there,
As
gents.
always,
See ya.
it's a pleasure to have you, and we will be talking to you soon, sir.
Bye.
There.
Fighting his way to the 40-yard line. Getting past it, going for a touchdown, like he always does. Mr. Famicom Box himself. 'Cause that's what Tyler says I have to call him. The best Kansas City barbecue around. It really doesn't have anything to do with him, but that's where he lives. Retro game enthusiast, John Young. I love having John on.
John's the best.
John is the best.
Him and Robbie both are the best.
There.
That's why we have them. We only deal with the best.
I think John's a little bestier.
I only partner with best in breed solutions.
I'd like to do, we need to do a show. We've got to figure it out. We're at almost 100. We're
We're not even close. We're almost a year away from 100.
okay.
Just so you know.
I know. We're on our way, though. We've been doing this for what, 4 years?
We'll see.
3 years?
We'll see.
Either way. We
See how
need to
this
get
new job works out.
we need to get Robbie and John here.
Sure.
I would love to have a show.
That's sure. It'd
With
be
all-
cool if we
with
could
all
get
four
the
of us here.
unicorn to fly here.
Yeah, he's not coming. Well, if John stops and picks him up on the way.
Exactly. Or Kaylin. No. Okay, so one of the things that John mentioned is I sit here on my phone for good reason, honestly. John mentioned his email, and I wanted to make note of the fact that we've had someone emailing us.
Oh.
Listener to the show, Sean O'Connor,
Oh, yeah.
put his business out there. Sean's a listener to the show. He sent us a very complimentary email. I forwarded it over to Jay.
Yes.
And it was just very kind. It was very nice, very complimentary. And he talked about how listen, let me read this here. I grew up with the Atari 2600, then NES. Then my grandma bought my brother and I a Genesis in my formative years when I was an early teen. Now I still have all my childhood consoles, ranging in everything from the 2600 through Xbox Series X. 13 consoles, all hooked up to an AV HDMI switch, ready for me and my 2 sons to play. They are 12 and 9, and they love sharing all my old games with them.
That's awesome.
Keep up the great work. As long as you keep making episodes, you'll always have at least one listener. Signed, your mom. No, actually, it's not. It's signed Sean. Signed, Tyler's mom. No, that was very kind of Sean, and I just wanted to make note before I forgot, because I was going to mention it at the end of the show, but John mentioned email, and I thought to myself, let me bring up Sean's email. And not Sean O'Donnell, right? Sean O'Donnell?
It's Sean O'Connell.
It's Sean O'Connor.
Or O'Connor.
And when he emailed me, I first thought, is this Cheffish? What is this? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, this is not him. This is a different guy. I'm like, we got 2 guys that listen. It was cool.
Both named Sean.
Yeah, cool guy.
I don't know if he's a big guy with a beard.
It looks just like Bob Seger loves Clutch.
Could be.
And Jaguar games. He loves Troy Aikman, who is not in Tecmo Bowl, by the way. All right, so now it's time to call our friend 8-Bit Supremacy, Robbie Coleman.
Okay.
I'm going to call him. You watch me call him.
You do it. I dare you.
What's up?
And now, the Matt Eberflus of Chicago. And the timeout king of Chicago.
He would have called the timeout.
8-Bit Supremacy, Robbie Coleman, everybody.
Not bad.
It's such a great intro song. It's too bad you can't hear it, bud.
I can kind of hear it, like very faintly.
Oh,
so
you're
I know
hearing
when
it.
to start speaking at least.
Yeah, you got it through the headphones there, I'm sure. But
I think honestly, that's a good one. But I honestly think both of the intro songs are bangers.
they're good, but that one's better. Much like in the way where Ohio State is a good football team, but Michigan was better that day.
Were you calling me the timeout king because of how that coach blew it in the Thanksgiving Bears game?
No, why? What do
I
you
don't
mean?
even watch football, but I was.
You knew
I
that.
I had to watch that because I was at my family's place.
course,
in
yep, it was
in Palatine,
Thanksgiving.
and yeah, the football game was on. Everybody's like,
course.
What's happening?
That's
Why didn't they do anything?"
I
Like,
was literally yelling
he
at my
fucked
team.
up?
As a
fuck-
fan of the opposite team, I was like, "What is
Yeah.
wrong with you? Call a timeout. What are you doing?" And he just
Yeah,
froze
everyone's
up,
like,
like,
huh?
"Ugh." Anyway,
Huh?
yeah, so that was why.
Robbie, I feel like you were there and you were like, everybody's like, oh my God. And you're just like, I would have called the fucking timeout.
I would have called timeout.
You fucking idiot. All right, I got to grab a drink real quick.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
What? You got to grab a what?
A drink.
He's got to get wet his whistle.
I got dry mouth thing.
He's got something going on. How you been, Robbie?
I've been well, man. I'm currently crushing the Seattle Seahawks in Tecmo Bowl right now as we speak.
Nice.
I'm plowing through the season here. I just took down the Raiders, which they're giving me hell the past few days.
What team you playing in? Chicago?
I always choose Chicago. Yeah, choose the team where you live.
I was gonna
Unless
say,
you're a cheater like Mike, you want to just choose the Raiders every time.
Well, we can't choose the team where we live.
That's not true.
Remember, the Bears.
I
Oh,
don't.
that's right. You
or the
can't
Lions.
choose where you live because they weren't in the game because they suck.
The
So
Lions sucked. And they
To clarify, I do not play as the Raiders all the time. I will play as any team. I play as any team. My point of playing as the Raiders in this situation
just to see if you could
was
just
to try and
stand through it.
defeat the game and
Yeah.
all 11 teams and win the championship by playing and running the same play
Like,
the entire game.
I was flawlessly plowing through this game. Then I got to the Raiders and I was getting rocked. I was like, "Oh yeah, the Bo Jackson thing." It kind of like I
doesn't
remember
even
I was
care.
kind of waiting for it. I was like, "Oh wait, this isn't so bad." Oh, there we go. Like you can't even catch this motherfucker.
Doesn't even really care about sports, knows about the Bo Jackson thing, thus proving my point.
Well, I mean, growing up, I played all team sports, and my whole neighborhood was all filled with boys, and it was like Lord of the Flies, and we all just played fucking tackle football in backyards all the time and stuff. Actually, I was going to talk about it. A lot of the way I learned how to play any sports ever was through video games, and Tecmo Bowl basically taught me the rules of football, if I remember correctly. I was like,
I can see that.
Same with like any RBI baseball or whatever. Just kind of learn the ins and outs and like the intricacies of sports.
Sorry,
that's all I wanted to say about that.
No, you're good. I'm messing with the headphones
I know
here.
it's riveting stuff.
No, but it's true. Like it's how I learned. It's how I learned how the rules of soccer worked. Like that's how I learned how the
No one cares
moving
about that,
offside.
though.
Like, but you understand what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
the
nobody
point
cares
is,
about soccer.
I still don't know how to play soccer.
it's not that hard. You just use your feet, idiot.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Anyway, but it's a great point. You can learn the rules of sports. Like, it's almost like when people say, "Well, I learned English by watching American TV," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty much what you're doing, right? It's the same concept." So
Kind of, yeah.
that's how I learned how to play rugby. I never learned.
Yeah,
how to play
I
rugby.
need to fire up international cricket on the PAL NES card so I can start learning that game.
Cricket is nuts.
I've tried to pay attention to it once, and I was like, "What's going on here?" I don't even know.
Cricket matches or tests or whatever, they will literally go all day. And in the middle of a match, they'll go multiple days. In the middle of a match, they'll all sit down and have like tea together. And that's not even a joke.
They would.
They
would.
Because what happens is the batsman in cricket can hit as long as he doesn't get out. So he can hit and goes back and forth and can hit. Someone runs for him. But if you bat, you can bat as long as you don't get out. As long as the bowler doesn't get the ball past you and knocks the wicket off the sticks, right, or whatever, you can bat for as long as you want. These guys will bat for like an hour. It's crazy.
I'll wait until Robbie can tell me about it. I feel like he's going to be a pro at it.
I want
soon.
Robbie to play that international cricket and learn about it. I really
I
do.
think I've tried playing it.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on, dude.
It's so confusing.
See Robbie with a bolo hat and a fucking curled mustache drinking tea.
That's me.
You don't like the bikes with this?
That's me.
You don't like the big wheeled bikes, huh?
I was a big ice hockey player growing up. That was my main sport.
Yeah, I love it.
I never played football for team sports, like everything but that. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about my coming of age sports story. But
did you play Tecmo Bowl? You didn't play as the Dirty Raiders, I heard. You played as the Bears.
No, I've been playing Tecmo Bowl the past few days, and honestly, I was wondering. I'm not gonna cut to the chase here about my score, but I'm like, I was about to give it the same score as Road Rash, but I was like, well, Road Rash pissed me off to the point with this difficulty where I literally shut it off and took it out of my system, and I was like, I think I'm done with it. Like, I didn't beat the game. That's pretty rare for me. I usually just get stubborn about it. I'm like, I'm gonna beat this fucking thing, but I was getting so annoyed with it, and I was like, moving on. And then I was like, oh, we're doing Tecmo Bowl episode. I'll fire that up. I'm like, I'm having a great time here. It's so much more fun. The difficulty curve's like right there. So I'm going to rate it a little higher than Road Rash. I'm not going to tell you what just yet, but it's going to be higher than.
Well, I have the old score right in front of me here. So,
well, spoiler alert, that was a 4. So I only got 2 options here.
I'll say I can whittle it down to 1 or 2 things. Anyway, that's fine. Go ahead.
That's about it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I feel like, how long ago was the last episode? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
That we're doing every 2 weeks?
Trying to stay on the 2-week increment here.
You guys had a good Thanksgiving. You guys had Mike, you got a new job. Congratulations. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. And I think I got a really concise text about how shit's crazy. It might be getting a new job, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool. He sounds busy. I'll figure that all out later.
Basically what was going on, a couple things. Amy's grandmother passed away.
Yeah.
And then my uncle was in town. No, thank you. Amy's grandmother, I was interviewing for this job. I was talking to my friend. It was a long process. I was distracted. I've been very personally distracted. I get into these weird I get hyper focused. Yes, I do. And I did be with Amy's grandmother passing away. My uncle was in town. That's very distracting because he's always that's a bad thing. I just am always kind of around him when he's here, and he was here for quite a while. And then getting the new job, and then what happens is when not to get too far into my own mental head here, but when I go through something like that, I overanalyze everything. And I'm overanalyzing all the situations of I've got to tell my boss. I get anxiety about that. It causes me to focus or hyper focus on it.
That's a big life change, man. Of course you're gonna have anxiety about it.
Especially after having been where I have been for as long as I have.
10 years, dude. That's a long time.
And the people that I work with, and having to tell the people that I care about that I work with, and it's hard, So I got really into deep, like I would literally. That's why I was playing something like Dragon Warrior 2, and then I would pivot over to Breath of the Wild because I don't have to think. I'm just gonna battle these snakes, or I'm gonna go cook a meal or fight.
That's usually what people do when they play RPGs.
You just have to drift off into another space to get away from all of it because I had too many things going on in my head. So I don't mean to be non-communicative or anything like that. I just kind of
no, I wasn't implying that. I just said
because I feel that
this
way.
dude sounds busy.
Yeah, I have
when
been.
I talk to you.
I have been, and then honestly, this week I've kind of been doing both jobs. So and they know that, both places know that, but it's It's just
I
like
don't
I've
know.
had a lot going on. So, anyways, yeah.
I mean, I just like bullshit texts about riffing about collecting and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I
So
agree.
I haven't been able to do that in a while. I've kind of kept that all bottled up.
We're gonna fix that shit.
We're gonna fix that right now because I collected some games.
That's right. Yeah, let's hear about what you collected.
All right, I got a little list because my memory is shit.
I know you got some Saturn stuff you talked about last time.
Well,
but you got tell me, okay. Is there any summary of? Have you heard back about the lot that you sent me the pictures of?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it, but like it's a shitload of money, and my friend,
spicy meatball,
some friend of a friend from like the punk scene who like married my bandmate's sister, whatever. They live in California now. He just randomly DM'd me out of the blue. Was like, "Hey man, you collect this shit, right?" On my personal account, not my video game account. I'm thinking he knows how deep I am in this world. He's like, "Hey, you collect and resell this shit, right?" Because I just inherited a bunch of Nintendo stuff, and it's like the mintiest completed box on 64 stuff, tons of like A-list title GameCube games complete, box consoles, NES games, just like a bunch of shit. And I was like, dude, you got a really good stuff there. There's like a completed box Conquerors for a day. I don't even like 64, but it's just like resale bait for me. And I'm like, this is all dead mint. I just was like, he's like, can you just help me out? I don't even know where to start. Because I'm like, well, here's price charting. It's basically the Discogs of video games because he used to work at a record store.
Yeah. And I'm showing Jay the pictures right now, and he's tripping out, by the way.
And I'm like, dude, this is a crazy lot, and I'm not gonna bullshit you. I will price this all out. I will shoot my shot on what I will pay, and we can go from there. And it priced out to about $2,800 worth of shit. And I shot my offer, which is a resale bulk buy. I usually offer.
Can I guess what you offered? Can I guess?
Yeah,
you didn't tell me.
Guess, yes.
I'm gonna guess you offered somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,250.
Very close. I told him typically I offer 40% on lots. In this particular instance, because there's so much good shit in here that I'm confident I can move, I'll do 50. So it's $1,400.
Okay, so
that's a lot of cake. That's still a lot of cake.
It's fair.
And it's Christmas time, and like everyone's strapped, and I'm just like, dude, this is coming at the worst possible time. I want it, but like, I mean, he was like, hey, you know what? I'm not even around. All this stuff's in my brother's house in Chicago, on the south side.
Okay, where exactly?
Like, yeah, exactly. He's like, just wait. I'll be around. I'll be back in town around the holidays, and I'll run it out to you. We can talk and blah blah blah. I'd rather you get it, make some money off of it.
Cool.
Because you were straight with me, whatever. Because I was like, I don't want to rip them off. You know, it's not like some
you're
grandma.
You're trying to be fair to both
at a yard
people.
sale.
Correct.
Yeah,
I don't want them for
like,
$1 a piece. I'm trying to give you real money, but I can't give you everything because I don't want all of it like that.
Them for $1 a piece, but not for somebody I actually know and like I'm friends with. So I'm like, I can't do the whole like I don't know. This might be worth $10.
I'm trying to stumble into some grandma's house and rip her off and ruin her life.
Yeah, like that's what I normally do.
Right, I know.
No, but I do plan on getting that lot, and when I actually do get it, I'll probably talk about it on whatever episode.
Fall
follows that.
I need to.
I don't want to jinx myself too much now, but there's some stuff that Eric Vostel already wants my Conquerors that I might potentially be getting. So I got that duck in a row. So if you see anything from those pictures you want,
I'll let you know. I'm going to look at it again
because I'm going to be trying to dig my way out and getting the value back.
You want to get
a lot of cake.
Yeah, you want to be exactly. You want to get at least what you spent so far.
And I only plan to keep one thing. It's like just a box for a Super Nintendo console because that's one of the few console boxes I don't have in my collection. I've really been wanting it, just like the launch Super Set with Super Mario World pack in. Like I don't have that box. And I'm like, I don't know why. I just never came across it. So
yeah, it's all good stuff.
That was the one thing I looked at in the pictures you sent.
Aside from that, what I actually acquired, I got the mintiest fucking copy on the planet of Final Fight CD from the exchange the other day.
And it's sealed?
It's not sealed, but it's got the cellophane condom where someone was smart enough, had enough foresight to slit the cellophane at the bottom, knowing that you can only get the contents of the Sega CD cardboard game out of the bottom. Yeah. That's how you slip everything. So like someone had the foresight. It's serious and has a big electronics boutique retail sticker on it, which I fucking love. Love that. It almost looks like a store copy or something. Like someone just knew.
They knew. Anyway, they opened it to put it on display.
I was like I was out doing work for Logan Arcade. We have a few offsite games at restaurants in town. So I was shopping out some pinball game, and I stopped by the exchange on the way back because I had not popped in that location in Wrigleyville in like months. And I was like, holy shit! I was sitting it was like a mint copy of that for $130 sitting on a shelf randomly, and I was like, that's very underpriced for that. First of all,
for that,
even like a decent condition is like 175. So I've opened my wallet as fast as I could. You know, I bought that, got it. So my old copy's for sale or trade if anybody wants it. I'll probably just slip it under the Kalen's glass case at Midwest Gaming Classic next time when that rolls around.
You aren't going to shove Mike's stuff over and put it there?
Move all this shit. Get all this Japanese shit out of my face.
Kayla and I made a deal because him and I split a table at Rockford. And then I was like, did you ever pay me for your portion of the table? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, I'll just give you money. I'm like, no. Like, I don't want you to pay me twice. I don't remember. You don't remember. Just let me put a bunch of fucking games under your table at Midwest Gaming Classic, and we'll call it even. He's like, cool. So we'll just do that.
Cool.
And I can give him back that trash copy of Silent Hill 2 he loaned me.
Play it on your PS5.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll lend you mine.
Take it. No more lending of that game. I'll play when I get it.
Okay.
I don't want more lending. What else? I also got from a different exchange location. I walked in and I was like, oh yeah, I look at this thing in this glass case here every time I come here and I go, damn, I want that, but I'm not paying $100 for it. And then finally during a Black Friday sale over the past weekend, the manager who I know, we've traded NES games before, was like, dude, we got a 20% off sale going today. How about I knock off an extra 50% off, get that fucking official OEM Sega Power Strip out of my store. So I'm sick of looking at it.
You know what? If I'd have known that was there, I'd have probably paid full price for it. I didn't know that you got that.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I was like, how is this not sold? But it's meant to be because I was just being lazy and cheap about it. But then I just played the waiting game and he's like, all right, I know you want it. Just get it out of here, man. Because no one else wants this stupid shit except you and Mike Pitts from Michigan.
And he never comes here. I had one of those back in the day. Because, again, working at Funko, I remember somebody brought in a 32X and a Sega CD, and they had that, and I was like, holy shit, this is cool.
Dude, it's like the hardware grail. It's not even, like, usable, technically. Like, you shouldn't be using a power strip or surge protector that's, like, more than 5 to 10 years old
Yeah,
anyway.
but you could get in there and look at this stuff.
It's fine, sure. But it's just like a display hardware piece. It's just like the molded blue Sega letters. Oh, it's so cool.
I gotta get one. So
I think I have all the stupid hardware now for like that era. Sega Genesis era. Like I got like the mouse, I got the mouse pad, I got that. Now I don't know.
It's great. Love it.
So I got that, and then I got R-Type Delta for PS1 in the mail, and some trade from an Instagram guy who bought a bunch of like $20 GBA and Game Boy Color games off me. Not bought, traded even Steven price charting, and I was like, dude, take it. When you can trade a bunch of small shit
for one,
like a bunch of smalls for one big boy, that's like the dream right there.
Hell yeah,
no one normally wants to do that. So I was like, fucking cool, man. Let's do that.
Nice.
And then I ordered a really sweet port of a 1989 Taito arcade game for the Japanese Saturn called Night Striker S, which I never knew existed until recently. And it's like fucking looks phenomenal. It's like a Space Harrier type, like POV shooter game.
Person type shooter over the shoulder type.
Dude, it looks so cool. I think there's like a not crappy, but like a 16-bit port. They slipped onto the Genesis Mini 2. I think it's like a Easter egg or a bonus game.
Okay.
Kind of like the Star Fox 2 thing where they're like, we found this ROM and we're dunking it on the Mini. I think that's on there. Game looks fucking sweet. I'm
cool.
I'm like eager to get it in the mail. I rarely feel that way about like a new game I've never played.
But. Let me ask you a question.
And, last but not least, I got the Marvel vs. Capcom Switch collection, which is going to sit on my shelf for a while before I actually crack it open.
Yeah, I have all those games I want, but I kind of want that.
I want it, but I'm just like, I'm double dipping here. I already got like half of these.
Yeah, exactly.
Other consoles like Saturn and stuff. So whatever.
Real quick before we get to the score and wrap up here.
Are
you or did you back the EGM compendium thing that they're doing?
Dude, I didn't back it, but I just keep getting like a sponsored ad for that thing kicking around on the internet.
Did you look at it?
And I'm like, what's going on here? EGM compendium, those two words. Yeah. I'm in. Like, but I haven't like fully read up on it. But yeah, I want to.
You don't need to go do it. Trust me. I looked at it and I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna want it.
I want to know who's like spearheading all this.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Like, why all of a sudden now?
The guy who emailed this, I was talking about Sean O'Connor. He mentioned it as well. I had already seen it, but he was like, this seems like something you'd be interested in. I'm like, yeah, it is. So,
dude, I need that.
Yeah, you do. Of all the people I know, you need it.
Yeah. So, I wonder if it's like is it really like you like a backers only are gonna get it kind of thing? Or
I
like,
would go back it because they already did it once, and then now they're doing it again because it was so popular. I don't know if it'll ever get put out because of the things that come with it. Go read about it, and you'll be like, yeah, fuck it, give me this for Christmas, Lauren, or something. It's
Gotcha.
cool. So, in fact, I'm going to ask Amy to do that for me.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So check it out.
Maybe Santa will bring me a little EGM compendium.
Santa, Satan, same thing.
Can I ask something real quick before he gives us
Sorry.
scores?
What?
I have something to ask real quick before you give your scores.
Oh, but Mike was about to say real quick.
No, I'm
What are you
good.
about,
Good.
you're about to say?
Oh no, I did.
That
I
was
said, can
Jay.
I ask,
That was Jay.
Can I ask something real quick? I was asking.
Oh,
Mike.
go ahead. Go ahead.
You speaking of the last 2 weeks, and you've talked about all your collecting stuff. Did you have anything else go on? Like maybe a competition?
Maybe a what?
Maybe a competition?
Oh yeah, I played in the Mortal Kombat 2 tournament ran by a bunch of fucking clowns, but the commentators were like the most like
Government's
stoned,
running
like,
Mortal Kombat competitions.
They're like the guys who ran it were some randos who are not part of the normal community that I'm in, the Discord I'm in. It's just like some random dudes, some fighting game community guys. They were like sounding like a bunch of stoned incels that like had never. I'm not even getting into it.
That sounds awful.
Let's just leave it
Go
at
ahead.
that. Let's just say their commentary was so bad, and they were just talking about like what they had for fucking lunch over like the matches and stuff like that, or just like making bad jokes the whole time.
Yeah.
And but I did compete in it, and I did pretty well considering I didn't like place high, but I like played well. So I was like, okay, I lost fair and square. I didn't like fuck up and get mad at myself for screwing up. You know, it's one of those things where like, all right, you don't care if you lose as long as you're like, I gave it my all and I got literally outplayed by a guy or two, and then got knocked out because double limb. I did well. Jay watched a few matches because I was like, hit him up. I'm like, I'm on the stream, and I'd have him watch it, and he was like, boy, these guys are brutal to listen to, but cool match, dude.
Yeah, that one. I think it was your bounced out match. That was. Was that?
Oh yeah, that was the best one, and a lot of the people on the Discord and stuff afterwards were like, dude, that was
a good
cool.
Match.
The coolest set of the whole tournament. It was sick. It was like down to the wire, and
yeah,
you know, I got outplayed at the very end. I just made one wrong move, but it was good. And there's another tournament this Saturday I'm going to play in on Fightcade, and I'm sure it's going to be. I think it's going to be streamed by the Combat Network Twitch. So yeah, I'll spam the Discord about that.
Which one's that one? When's that one?
It's another one that's this Saturday, and fuck. Hold on. I gotta pause. I gotta pause Tecmo Bowl here. Let me look at the info. I'm playing. You can't pause Tecmo Bowl. Shit. Hold on. 1 second.
What do you think?
Tournament
He said 1 second. He's trying to
discussion.
pause Tecmo Bowl, but he can't.
Okay. Mortal Kombat 2 tournament Saturday, December 7th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Format, everyone choose random select characters, double elimination, streamed on the Combat Network Twitch. So if anybody's curious about
we'll put a link in the Discord too.
How well or unwell I'm going to play in a Mortal Kombat 2 tournament, you're more than welcome to tune in if you got nothing going on.
I'll set an event up in the Discord. That's why I was asking.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm like one of those guys that like performs well under pressure. So I like when I got like an audience or a crew.
Yeah,
it's like,
I agree. It helps you focus.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I lock in better when I get like, oh, the homies are watching. I gotta show out,
man. I can't look like an idiot. You gotta play.
Correct.
You gotta execute when they're there. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm much better when my friends are
nature.
Same here. I'm the same way. It's just being competitive.
Also, I don't know. I just kind of that way. I feed off it. Just like also when I'm playing shows, band and stuff. Bigger crowd, you get more hype. Shows are better, etc.
Just like here.
Just like here. Just like
Yeah,
when the
just
Detroit
like
Lions beat Ohio, or the fuck you're talking about, or Michigan. I'm sorry.
Did you hear that the Michigan Wolverines defeated Ohio State on
I heard
Saturday
it
for the fourth straight time?
4 or 5 times leading up to this
Four in a
conversation.
row. Yeah.
Did you know Michigan also won? Michigan also won in 1978 and 1980 something.
Oh, so Tecmo Bowl is a 4.5.
Okay, 4.5. Got it.
It's like I don't know what I think. I agree with John because John was like, "Yeah, I don't know why it's not a 5." I'm like, "There's something makes it not a 5." I can't put my finger on it. It's got everything, man. But like something about it.
I know why.
I know why. And I'm eager to hear what you're going to say as to why. But I love the simplicity of this game, where it's like you can only choose 4 plays, and there's a 1 in 4 chance they'll match up with yours and sack your ass into oblivion.
Do you want me to tell you why while you're on the phone, or you want me to talk
just do
about
it? No, I want to hear it.
I will tell you why. Sean, hand me that other box right there next to the yeah, hand me that.
Oh, because it's not Super Tecmo Bowl.
Because this exists. This is
That
why.
is why.
This is
You're
why.
right.
Because
in
the back of your brain, there is an ostensibly better version of it. I like this version,
100% why.
but that is
You're
why.
right.
That is
because when you guys said we were doing this episode, I'm like, wait, why are we doing Super Tecmo Bowl?
Yep.
That was my first response. When
Yep.
I was like,
Exactly.
you mean the regular one? We're just playing bowl?
We're playing bowl.
We're playing bowl?
But that is why I believe that most people would say,
Yeah.
I can't give it a 5 because there's two Tecmo Super Bowl exists, is why.
Like,
so
Mortal Kombat 3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat?
exactly. I can't say 3 is great because Ultra is better and perfect. So anyway, but that's that. I was going to save that for my own review, but I would tend to agree that that is why. So
yeah. Well, all right. Well, and I sorry, before we go, I'm not going to drag you on a little longer.
we almost made it. Damn it! I was ready to press the button.
I was just going to say I agree with you that this is like the first good football game. Like 10-yard fight and John Elway from the NES, all that shit is like dog shit.
It was horrible. In NES football,
unplayable.
Yeah, the 10-yard fight. It just
Yeah.
So I agree. And you didn't know who anybody was other than John Elway. So.
I actually like the sports, like teaching me the fundamentals of sports. This game also taught me player names and who's on what team and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Tony Dorsett plays for the Broncos. He always did. I'm kidding.
This game and Ace Ventura told me who Dan Marino was.
and Ray Finkel. And Ray Finkel. He was a soccer style kicker, went to Alabama.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Einhorn is Finkel.
Laces out, Dan.
All right. See you later. Hit the button.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
That was the melodious voice of our friend and yours.
Cricket store in there.
The Mustache King of Chicago. And Bears fan number 1. Robbie Coleman.
Not bad.
All right. Get that out of here.
Who's next?
You.
Oh, me?
Who?
You.
I'm fine. Jay, you're next.
I'm next.
What do you think of Tecmo Bowl? Hold on, let me play your theme music.
Do you want me to surprise you on this one?
Do I want you to surprise me on this one? I'm not sure how to answer that.
I think I'm going to surprise everyone on this
Hold on, I got to play your theme music. Are you ready?
God. That is not my theme music. Well, I guess it is. Hail to the victor.
Yeah.
That's what everybody used to say to me in school.
Hail.
Hey, forgot you put that up there. Your Wolverine helmet.
They won, you know.
So I heard.
In 1978. In 1989. In 1991. Then a lot of stuff happened.
Did they win in 2021?
Yes.
Did they win in 2022?
Yes.
How about 2023?
Yeah.
So, and this year?
Yeah.
How many years in a row was that?
Think about this. It was 4.
Good job.
Thank you. 13-10, everybody. Go ahead.
You want my score?
Yeah, I want your score, and I want you to surprise me.
So, before I give my score...
You're going to tell me you've never played Tecmo Bowl in your entire life.
No, I have played Tecmo Bowl. I actually played it with you. And I played it a lot when I was a kid. But
I've never seen you outside of work.
Before I give my score, I was just going to comment on the chat real quick.
Yeah.
Mr. Jackson Keebler from 2 Consoles 2 hopped in. Hey,
what's
Jackson.
up, buddy?
So,
our
bud.
bud.
Out there.
Our man.
So, good guy. Everybody check his show out if you get a minute.
Duck Pin Bowler number 1.
That is. So.
What's up?
So, I do. I played this before. I played this a lot when I was a kid. I actually used to. I remember going over to my neighbors and we would play football outside until we were freezing cold, and then we would go in and we would play Tecmo Bowl. Yeah. And it was always a blast. And we would always fight over who got the 49ers and who got the Raiders. That was pretty much every game was the Raiders and Niners.
And it's funny because the Raiders in real life sucked.
Yes.
But
Bo Jackson was amazing.
They're great.
Yes. So, my score is actually predicated off one of the things you brought up about this game earlier, is that this was the first game sports game that had players, actual players, because the NFLPA allowed it.
Yep. Well, they licensed it, but yes.
Yes. But that's one of the big things for me.
Not if you play the Wii U version. Not if you play the Wii Virtual Con. They're gone.
Nobody plays that, though.
Nobody plays that. Go ahead. Okay.
But playing that's one of the big things for me. And I loved this game as a kid. It was still a blast to pick it up and play it again. And that's all I'm saying about it. 5.0.
5.0.
I think that's the first 5 I've given all year.
Let me take a look, because I've got the history up until... I don't have much of the history here, actually. Oh, God, okay. Yeah, 5.0. That's fantastic. What a score. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Blow me out of the water over here.
Giving it a 5.
Well, congratulations.
I think I've given like 2 other games a 5.
Quake. I just saw that one.
Oh, did I?
Mega Man 2, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Quake.
Oh, I lied. I guess I gave a lot of them. I normally shit on
Zelda
everything.
2 and Ninja Gaiden 3. But I don't know. I got to fill the rest of these.
Ninja Gaiden 3.
Ooh, Stadium
5?
Events.
I didn't give Stadium Events a 5.
No, you didn't. Karnov, Dr. Chaos.
I didn't give either one of those.
Okay.
I shit on those games.
You know who did give us a review?
Who?
Sashimi Z.
Oh, he's back, huh?
He finally made time for us.
What was he doing?
He's been busy. Okay? Zelda 2 Link's Awakening.
That's one of my favorites.
He's been busy. I don't begrudge him for being busy. He's a busy guy. He can't.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man? Like we get what we can get from him. It's fine.
All right, that's fine.
But he gave us a review. You ready?
Do I have it too?
Yeah. He wrote it to me though, very specifically. I just thought it was odd.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, I do not care about American football. Please stop trying to bring me into conversations about it. Jay talks to me about music, philosophy, and art. I thought you guys didn't get along. I thought you didn't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently you guys get all deep and make me talk to him about sports. I can talk about philosophication. I art.
I still don't think he cares for me.
This is why everyone thinks Jay is the cooler host.
No, that's pretty accurate. Sorry.
Edit that out, Ben. Anyway, Tecmo Bowl is a great representation of why NES is the most interesting video game console. We got to see a lot of genres evolve from garbage into an iconic form. We started with 10-Yard Fight in 1985, basically a simple Atari game no one can love. And in just 6 years, we had Tecmo Super Bowl, maybe the peak of the genre for people like me who don't care about football. Tecmo Bowl is fascinating because regular people kind of care about it. You press the direction you want to go, tap a button to pass, and it's pretty clear what's going on. I'm not trying to get the brown egg to the other side of the screen. No matter how much Madden 26 dumbs down its formula, a regular Joe mouth breeder who plays The Last of Us isn't going to play the new Madden. But both Final Fantasy and Tecmo Bowl, of course everyone had both of those in their NES collection. He's pretty much right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something controversial. Robbie is right. Don't do it. 3D graphics ruined a lot of video games. It's true. When people remember the best NES games, they think about sports games in addition to the crowd-pleasing platformers and adventure games. You'll see football, dirt bike racing, hockey, even boxing. When people discuss modern games, it's all action games and RPGs for the brain-dead masses. Sports games are just for sports fans now. I don't know what an audible is. I certainly don't know what a defensive coverage shell is. But I know in Tecmo Bowl I can press right on the D-pad and run away from the other team. And if I make it to two gigantic men are going to give me... What does it say? And if I make it, two gigantic men are going to give each other an earth-shattering high five. It's true. You score a touchdown this game, man, those cups... Pow! And you can see the sound of the clap.
Yes.
And that's pretty fun even for me, he says. 4.0 out of 5. Wow. That's a pretty good review.
That is a pretty good review.
4.0. Let me put it over here. I already did. I already put it over here.
I mean, he talked about me being the cooler host.
Yeah, look, and all you do is shit on him. All you do is dog the guy, and I'm here trying to help. And it's like, all you do is talk about football, meathead. I talk to Jay about art and philosophy, and we talk about... Did I see that too, the flash?
Yeah, the lights just flickered.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, good. They might go out then. Who knows? I know they're doing
What's
some work.
going on outside?
Their consumers is doing some work. Anyway.
Oh, God, here we go.
But yeah, so I get to, I get dunked on. It
Oh,
just happened
that's
again,
not
didn't it?
good.
It's not good. Who will? Let's power through this. Okay, I'll give my score very briefly.
Okay. Yeah, we might be going dark here in a minute.
I teeter on this. I'm teetering, man.
Give it a 5.
I'm teetering.
Give it a 5.
I don't know if I can.
Do it.
I don't know if I can because that game exists. I don't know if I can.
But remember, this game exists because this game was made.
Yeah. That's like saying, Super Mario 2 exists because of Super Mario.
It does.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It was nice work by Sashimi, I agree. I'm teetering. Here's my problem. It's not Tecmo Super Bowl, which I don't even like as much. I like the original better.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh.
It doesn't have the Detroit Lions. And that is a difficult hill to climb for me mentally.
See,
but let me finish my thought.
Go ahead.
But for good reason. The Lions were absolute trash. This game is a 5.0. It's 5. 5.0. 5. Has to be. When I got back into video games and I was buying Nintendo games, this was one of the first 10 games I bought. It had to have been.
Good.
Yeah. So.
That was going to be my argument.
Do the thunderclap high five. We got to do.
If you didn't give it a 5, I was going to argue that with the line because the lines. I get it. That was one of my thoughts too because when you brought that up, I was like, absolutely.
Did you want to play Did you want to play with Chuck Long and James Jones?
But
no.
then that's the thing you have to look at is think of how disappointed you would be if you were like, oh, I'm going to use the Lions because you wouldn't because they were fucking terrible.
You know how like in Mortal Kombat 3 in the arcade, if you're if you're like me and you have an arcade of the Mortal Kombat games in your garage, you find things out. Like there's a counter for each time that a team is played or like a character is chosen.
Yes.
And I would imagine that this would be like I don't know, who's the least Kano.
Yeah.
Who gets picked the least in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3? Sonya? I don't know. In regular play, not in some weird competition where somebody's like, I play Sonya and I can do a 73 hit combo.
Yeah.
I juggle this. I do these anti-air juggles. The Lions would be that.
Yeah.
They would be nobody's missing Kano. No offense to the guy who played Kano, Richard Video, a personal friend.
Yeah.
But shut up. Anyway, okay, so 5-0. So Jay, that wraps up the LGN game ratings.
Yes.
Pretty highly rated.
Yeah.
I think that rightly so. I really did teeter. I really was sitting there going, there's no Lions. It's not Tecmo Super Bowl. But then I realized the Lions sucked. They weren't in it for good reason. And I don't like Tecmo Super Bowl as much. I like the arcade experience of Tecmo Bowl. There's too many plays. I just don't. I like the music better. I like everything about it better.
It's a groundbreaking game.
It's so fundamentally basic and accessible for all. And I think that's what Sashimi was getting at too as well.
But it's such a groundbreaking game for so many things.
Concur.
So,
Jay, where can you play this game today?
well, of course, you can play it on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Of course.
You can play it on the Game Boy. You can play it on the Play Choice 10.
You can play it on the Play Choice 10. What an interesting choice for an arcade game.
The arcade system.
The arcade simulation.
That's pretty good. You can play it on the Wii, the Wii U. Probably wouldn't advise it.
Well, they're all on those virtual consoles.
Yes.
The 3DS console, the virtual console.
The 3DS Virtual Console as well. Xbox.
There's a Tecmo Arcade Classics, I believe it is.
Yes.
And I believe it is actually the arcade ROM. I don't think it's the NES version of the game.
You're right.
But anyway, and then
the NES Classic.
Yep.
And Nintendo Switch Online.
It's on your Switch. If you want to play it, you can switch online. Now, again, I don't believe that the players' names are in the Virtual Console or Switch Online versions of these games.
That'd be something to find out.
Now, they do also modify this game every year, and people play this game competitively. They go and update rosters. There's ROM hacks. They update attributes, all that stuff. Yeah, so there's a very active community for the Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl. It's still a very active thing.
That's cool.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about, what do you say, collecting?
I think that's probably a good place to go.
Well, we might want to book it because these lights might be out soon. I didn't pay the bill.
Yeah.
I didn't pay the bill. Okay, there are 3 versions of this game for the NES. Don't look at the Super Bowl version, the standard Tecmo Bowl version.
Okay.
You got your classic 3 here, I would call it. You got your round seal of quality. Keeping in mind this game came out in 1989, right on the edge of when these transcended from round to oval seal. Okay.
Yep.
You got the round seal of quality. Then you got the oval seal of quality with the trademark. Then you got the oval seal of quality with the registered trademark. So the TM versus the R. That was what I would call the unholy trinity of NES collecting. Is you generally, if you have a game that kind of transcends, you're going to get a standard round, round SOQ, oval SOQ TM, oval SOQ registered. Okay. With that, there are 2 different versions of the cart. The round and oval with the TM, the trademark, the earlier of the 2 ovals, is the USA code cart. And I'll show you what I mean when I get this one out. Then there is the oval seal version has the USA 1 code cart. And I don't know if there was some sort of revision or change to the game. I have no idea what the differences are between the 2. But if you're ever trying to pair up for complete in box grading, you would want to make sure that the proper cart, you don't want to put an oval seal game cartridge in a round seal box.
Yes.
You'll get improperly married parts, IMP, improper. Anyway, all that doesn't mean shit when we talk about this game from a collecting perspective for normies like me and you, right? I consider myself a normie.
I don't think so.
I think I am. I think I am when it comes to Tecmo Bowl, because I'll tell you, I didn't know which versions I had of any of it. And I'll tell you this, I don't even know what version's in that box and if it matches that. I know what one's in there just because I looked at it. That's an oval seal, but I don't know if it could be an oval seal. It could be the wrong part. It could be. Don't look at it yet. I'm getting to that. This game will cost you about $10 loose, and it's worth every penny. This used to be a $5 game. Now all those $5 games are like $10 games, like the Dr. Mario's of the world or whatever. They're all like $10, $8, whatever.
$10 isn't bad though.
It's about the best $10 you could spend on an NES game from a fun perspective. There are whatever, but I mean, even we're getting to the point now where like Zelda is not going to be $10. Mega Man 2 is not going to be $10. Those big heavy hitters, there are very few of them that are that inexpensive anymore that you can go and buy and play that people want. And this is one of them. So, okay. Complete in box, as you see it, about a $40 game.
That's still not bad.
Yeah,
either.
average. No, it's very good for an NES game. I would say if I found a nice copy of this, I would buy it for a premium, but about a $40 game. Sealed, I saw one sell on eBay for around $1,000 recently. There's one up there for sale that looks a little rough that's sealed that's less than that, but nobody's bought it. So I'd say $1,000 for a decent one.
Do you mind if I look while you're talking? I'm interested.
At what?
I think I might buy one.
A sealed one?
Yeah.
Yeah, go take a look. There's one with torn corners, I believe, and there's another one that has a dent in the box.
Oh.
And the seal doesn't look, it's an H seam, but I'm also like, I don't know, it doesn't look that good. I'm not a sealed guy, though, so it doesn't matter. I'm not buying that crap.
I might not either, then.
Says the guy with all the sealed games. Don't point over there. Don't point at that. Don't tell people my secrets. Are we playing Atari tonight? That's up to Jay. Jay was supposed to determine what game. I hope so, yeah. I'm hoping we are. Okay, so talked about the standard pleb normie grading or normie collecting. Now, as it relates to graded populations of this game, I talked about 3 different variants. There are a grand total of 41 sealed copies of this game on WATA, okay? Of the 3 variants, the round seal quality, which is the early production of this game, okay, first run of it, there are 7. 9.6 A+ being the best. So the most desirable version of this game that exists would be the round seal quality 9.6 A+. Okay, that's going to be the one that collectors would want. It's the first run of it. It's the nicest version. There's also 5 CIB versions of that round SOQ, the best being a 9.0. That's pretty good for a CIB, game with a lot of black ink and print that you can lose and get ink loss.
Yeah.
The oval seal of the oval seal quality with the TM, there are 5, the best being a 9.4A, and 6 from a CIB perspective, with the best being an 8.5. And then the oval seal with the registered trademark, there are 29. And I'm going to guess somebody found some sealed cases of this game, because there's a 9.8 A++, which is about as nice as you're ever going to get for a sealed NES game. And from a CIB perspective, there are 8 that have been graded, with 9.4 being the best. That's a really high grade for a CIB NES game.
Yeah.
This may be outside of okay. I'm going to take back what I said because it's not going to be the first game that we've done and talked about that's loose that's been graded that I know of, because I know of one that we've talked about that's been done. Okay, but this game
banger that's loose.
We didn't do that game. We didn't do that game. That doesn't count.
We should.
No, we should not. 2 loose copies of this game have been graded for whatever reason. And I'm going to guess maybe they've been autographed by Bo Jackson or something. I don't know. But again, I say I don't know why, because the nicest version is a 7.5. So why you got a 7.5 Tecmo Bowl graded? I don't know. Loose. Just the cart. But whatever. Did you point at the Michigan helmet? Did something happen recently? Funny you should ask, Angry J93. Funny you should ask.
What happened?
Michigan beat Ohio State in football on Saturday, November 30th at noon. They played. It was a knockdown, drag-out affair. And in the end, the Wolverines of Michigan were victorious by kicking an oblong ball made of pigskin through an upside-down H. It was... Shit. You didn't let me finish. Mom! Ben, edit that out. You can't cut me off on a Coming to America reference. I was right in the middle of it.
No.
I can't.
No. I just need to know the score. That's all I needed. They won.
In the end, the Wolverines of Michigan were victorious by kicking an oblong-shaped ball made of pigskin through an upside-down H. It was the most ripping victory.
Okay, that was worth it.
It was. It really was.
Yeah, edit that out, Ben.
Don't edit that out. Don't listen to Jay. Never listen to what Jay says, unless it's Mike is handsome and you should love him. No, you're not going to? Okay, never mind. I thought you might say it. I thought I was going to say it. I don't know. I thought you might say it.
What?
Nothing. Okay, so graded sales of this game. We're going to go highest, lowest, most recent. The most this game has ever sold for, at the peak of insanity, January 2022. That whole mid-2021 to mid-2022 is the crazy time. The round seal of quality 9.48 plus, which was the second best version of this game, sold for $144,000.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, maybe for you and me and Sean and all three of us combined, probably, Yes, it is a lot of money.
Hell, $50 is a lot of money for me.
Well, good news, because the lowest this game has ever sold for was prior to the grading game craze in 2019. Heritage Auctions was selling video games, and they sold a CIB 7.0 version of this for $65. And I thought to myself,
that's in my wheelhouse.
That is right in my wheelhouse. Why do I not have that? And I thought it was funny because, if you've ever been on Heritage Auctions and you look at these old auctions, below it sometimes it'll be like, hey, you want to reach out to the buyer? Maybe you can buy it from him. And it'll say, if you're willing to spend this much, you could get it. And it was $330. And I'm like, fuck you. A 7.0? I could send this in for $60 and send it in and probably get a 7.0. Fuck off. Get that sticker off there. It says $6.99. Ain't that no more, buddy? Now it's $350. Anyway, yeah, June of 2019, the 7.0 CIB sold for $65. The most recent sale of this game, August of this year, August 24th, 2024, an SGC 9.2 round seal of quality. If you notice a trend, they're all the early production round seal of quality. It's the most desirable version of this game. 9.2 A+. And it sold for $5,875. I should also say this. I wanted to talk to our friend Joe because I know there are multiple versions, and our friend Tyler because I know there are multiple variants of this game that I haven't even discussed. But these are just the ones that I was able to unearth by looking at graded games, looking at population reports and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All this information comes from eBay, Heritage Auctions, and WADA. So, Jay.
Mike.
Tell me about the speed running of Tecmo Bowl.
It's happened.
It has happened. There are three run types that people do.
There sure are.
Yeah.
So we got to start with how many people did it, though. So we have 55 people that actually played the speed run.
That's correct. While you go to speed running, I'm going to pull this version out and see
go right ahead.
What I got in here. Because it's a circle seal. It's the early production Rev A.
Yeah. So the number of runs so there's 55 players that ran. Number of runs, it was 128. So the different types, so there was 3 types. The first type was one game, winning it. So you just play the one game, win, done.
Guess what team you played as?
The Raiders.
Correct.
Then there's one game lose. What team would you play in that?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think did you watch any of these runs?
No, I didn't.
What do you think the fastest way to lose or win a game in Tecmo Bowl is? Think about it.
Just keep throwing interceptions?
No,
Oh.
no. This is what you have to think about. You remember, this was in your brain, whenever I ask you a question around speedrunning, you should always think of one moment. When you and I were trying to race to the end of Mortal Kombat 3, and you were doing fatalities, and I was like, hurry, press the button, get to the next thing.
Yeah.
The strategy to being the fastest at this game,
Skip the high fives.
you can't skip the high fives.
Oh.
You want a low score one way or the other, but you need the clock to constantly run. The longer the clock runs, the less plays you must call, the less pauses and stuff. How would you propose that you run the clock out the fastest?
Play with the Raiders.
You
And
play
use
as Bo Jackson and you just run
fucking
around,
run around
and
the
try to
field.
avoid getting tackled until you can't.
Yeah.
The end. Yes, that is correct. So go ahead.
But that was the other way. The other one is one game loss. So you just play one game and you lose.
I got to
And
interrupt.
then the third
I got to
one-
interrupt.
Okay.
No, I can't go. Finish and I'll tell you my
Okay.
story.
Then the third one is playing an actual full season, just going through from day one to the end of the season. Do you want me to give these, or do you want me to pause for a second?
Go, give them. I'm
Oh, okay.
listening.
So for the speedrunners on this one, so the one game win was done by JJS_evolution_XL.
Mm-hmm.
They did it in 7 minutes, 45 seconds, 930 milliseconds.
Correct.
That was actually done April of this year, so just a few months ago. It's pretty impressive. Then the one game loss was actually done by the same person, JJS_evolution_XL. That one was done 7 minutes, 31 seconds, 520 milliseconds. Also, April 2024.
Yeah. Well, it said 7 months ago or something, like 8 months ago. It didn't tell me exactly when. It just told me
that works.
roughly.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll take it April. Then the full season was done by Leckenstein. It's LENKENSTEIN.
Lenkenstein.
Lenkenstein. And they did that in 1 hour, 44 minutes, 25 seconds. That one was done in 2017.
Yeah, that was the one where it was like, it was 7 years ago. And I was like, when 7 years ago? And you can't find out because nobody tells you that stuff anymore.
No.
It's like the video isn't even available anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist on Twitch anymore. It's long gone.
So, and that was all from speedrun.com.
All right. So before we get to wrapping up the show, I'm going to tell you this, Jay. What did I tell you that the nicest loose copy of this game graded at?
Nicest loose copy of 7.
7.5.
Yes.
Sean, I know you don't want to come on camera, so I'm not going to make you. But I want you to look at this. Okay? And I want Jay to look at it. And I want you to tell you that might have to get sent in. When we go to Midwest Gaming Classic, it may have to go in. Because I'm going to tell you, that's better than a 7.5, my friend. Look at this thing. It's nice.
Dude, clean your fucking games. You got a smooch of schmutz there. What the fuck is that?
Is it nicer than a 7.5, Jay?
Not with that fucking dirt on there.
Jay, don't lie to the people. Tell them the truth. Show them.
Yeah, that's a nice car.
It's really nice.
Well, what did Thrill Safari get?
6.5.
Oh, this thing's got to be like an 8.
It's an 8.0, 8.5 at least.
Easy.
It has that sheen to the label like it's
still does,
never been
yes.
touched.
It's got a little bit of
That can get
brazing.
cleaned though.
You can clean that out.
Yep, that's just fuzz.
But the label is like,
Yeah, don't even touch it. Don't
That's
look
a-
at it. It
that's a
can't
nice
be played
label.
ever.
that's a nice label.
It still has the tags on it.
That is nice.
Don't look at it. Don't even point.
Even the back looks good.
Yeah, I know. So anyway,
Dude, if that
7.5,
if that
I'm coming for you.
Safari got a 6.5,
yeah,
this
that
thing's blowing it out of the water.
it's got to get at least a 7. Oh, God.
No.
Anyway, it is very nice. I would agree.
That
The
is.
box, not so great. Some definitely, that thing's going in. I'm taking it with me to the Midwest. This is going down, buddy.
I'm excited for Midwest. It's only 4 months away.
I'm not ready. Also, another side note about this game. Got this one from ShepTech. You know how I know? It's got the sticker on the back with his handwriting. Great cart, manual included. Notice
is
how
a
he
great
doesn't.
cart.
It is a great cart and it is a manual included, and that's a fair way to put what the manual is because it is included. Not great. Not great box. Not great man. But the correct cart to go.
Would you send that in then?
That was a nice copy of Thriller Safari. Comparatively, sure. It's a 6.5, man. Look, that's a D plus. That's a D.
Yeah.
D's get degrees. Okay. The best copy. I can't disagree. It's the best copy I own, other than probably the one at home. I haven't looked, but it can't be that bad. Anyway,
I mean, it's no stadium event.
So I got to put this back up here. I'm sorry. For now,
that stadium events is pretty crispy.
Yeah, that stadium events is definitely that's got to go in at some point. Yeah. I'm scared to send that though. I don't know what to do about it.
You could take it with us.
I'm gonna have to hand it to them and make them take it on an airplane. I'm not shipping that thing. There's no way.
You could take it with us to.
That's scary enough. I could get in an accident. I could trip and fall. It can be in a bag, and you're just like, I'm like,
you've got it in in that hard plastic case.
I am aware of what it's in, but if it gets drove over by a dump truck, it's still crunched.
I don't think the odds of that are very high.
But it could. You don't understand risk aversion and risk management.
Okay.
Anyway, to understand risk, to avoid risk, to manage risk, you must understand risk.
Yes.
Is I believe the line. Okay, so.
Can I say something real quick?
No.
I want to pivot.
It's time to wrap up. Absolutely
Not yet. I want to do something tonight different.
Please.
I want to see if you can set the record for a single game win of Tecmo Bowl.
I need a timer. Also, our friend Angry J makes a good point. The best way to run the game or to win the game as fast as you can is run with Bo and take the touchdown to win at the end. To run it with Bo and take the safety to lose is faster, right? That's how you would win the game or lose the game and get your record. I would need another setup to be able to do that because you got to have like timestamps. We got to work on that. There's like a button they press and they're like, what's his name? Clunk. What's his name? Angus?
Oh, Arceus.
Arceus.
Yes.
No, it's not Arceus.
No, that's a Pokemon game.
It's a good one too.
Its name's similar to that though.
Arceus.
Is it Arceus?
Arceus 75 or so. Yeah. But he's good. But I need that clunk thing. Whatever he does, however you do the clunk, I got to do that. So Arceus, yes, exactly. So I would happily try to do that. Now, that being said, it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
The next episode, Jay, are we on for the 18th?
Yeah.
Is it 2 weeks from today?
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to do our year in review episode.
Oh, it's time.
So that means I'm going to have to aggregate because I got some research to do here of the episodes that have been put out. We're going to go through, we're going to talk about our ratings from the year, and we're going to argue them and determine if we want to change or modify anything.
I feel like Contra's going to come back up from last year.
I don't know why it would. Speaking of episodes, we are completely up to date. The podcast aggregators of your choice should have all the current episodes. This one, as soon as we're done, I'll get exported, posted, let Ben know it's there, and hopefully it's there in the next couple days.
Good.
Trying to stay on top of that stuff, man. Next is social media we must tackle. That is next.
Yes.
We just need to pick a format, if it's Instagram, whatever, and go with it and ignore the rest of them. I don't know. I can't manage multiple things.
Well, Facebook kind of dumps into from Instagram, so that might be a good option. But we don't need to talk about that right now.
No, we do, because that's exactly what we're talking about. Oh. We're going to talk about episode 77, Year in Review 2024, Wednesday, December 18th, 8 p.m. Eastern. I think we'll probably start, maybe later. I don't know. We're going to do it on MySpace. We have a link tree. Correct?
What?
What do you find at the link tree?
You find all of our links.
It's a tree.
In a tree.
It's all the branches of the Lost Joystick Network tree.
It is. You're ruining this.
It's the bars of the rainbow.
Okay, stop it. So we have a link tree.
And what is that, Jay? How do you get to that?
It is linkter.e/Lost Joystick.
Okay.
Or if you want to go to the individual sites for our social media pages, you can go to our Patreon, which is
www.patreon.com/Lost Joystick Network.
And for a small fee of
$3.50 or $5,
that gets you access to chat with us and to chat with some of our other fellow
You're going to have to make it more appealing than that. You can't tell them, well, you can come hang out with us. That's not compelling.
They get to see
They can hang out with Robbie and John. They can see pictures of the things you don't bring in here.
Actually,
certainly.
Robbie, I was going to say, you get to see pictures of my games.
You
get to hang out with Robbie and John. They have their own channels, which is nice.
That does not do it for me. It's not moving the needle.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. And we have a channel in there for the Collector's Quest.
Come there and prove me wrong, people. Come prove me wrong. Hey, come join the Discord.
If you want to talk to the Collector's Quest, Johnny and Tyler, you can come to our Discord.
That's a good point. Or they could go to theirs. www.patreon.com/collectors quest.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't tell them. We'll get all
Podcast.
the money so they chat with the.
No.
millionaires
I don't want to rip them off.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Trying to help them out. Okay.
Well, we got archived over
Jay,
there.
tell me about social media. Do we have that?
Yes, we also have on the link tree, or you can go to the individual sites. For Instagram and Twitter, it's Lost Joystick. For Facebook and Twitch, where you probably are right now watching us, it's Lost Joystick Network. Or you can email us like our friend Sean O'Connor did.
O'Connor?
Yes. And that is info@lostjoysticknetwork.com.
It sure is.
Oh, God, here we
What's
go.
this? Let's see what we got here.
Did you shut the you did. You shut the Tecmo Bowl off.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you trying to turn the football back on?
No. Do the wrap up. What are you
I'm
looking
done.
at me for?
I have nothing left to say.
Oh, I think you've got plenty to talk about still, probably.
I don't.
Shit.
I have
I'm trying
nothing to talk
find
about.
something, and you're not helping me stall.
Well, if everybody hops on after we're wrapped up on the show, you can come on and watch Mike play a game for the Activision Patch Challenge.
What game?
We are going to play. Hold on, I'm going to pick a game.
Don't pick anything stupid.
Have you done?
What's this? NCAA football 2024.
I'm going to give you a softball.
Michigan
I'm going to give you a
Wolverines.
softball tonight. If you guys want to watch Mike earn the ice hockey patch,
Ooh.
stick around after the show.
Yeah. I might need to fast forward to the end here. Hold on.
Oh, we don't have time for that. We're at the end of the show. Buddy.
Oh, I don't know. I think we got time. Hold on. You're at the end of your show. So, anyway. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. We probably need to wrap up. Ben, don't edit any of this. I'm stalling because I'm trying to fast forward here. Come on, get there, baby. So I think that's a show.
This.
Well, I want to say thank you to you.
For being the cooler host.
I want to thank our in-studio guest, Sean. Cheffish, thanks for being here as always, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you.
It's nice having him in.
Man, it seems really loud. It's too loud. Can't talk over that.
Sorry.
So with that, I want you to go out there, just like the Michigan Wolverines went to Ohio Stadium. Have fun by beating Ohio State 13-10 for the fourth year in a row and back-to-back wins in Ohio Stadium. And be excellent to each other, much like how Michigan fans are to each other, but not to Ohio State fans. Not to them.
Better wrap that gavel up.
You better wrap that gavel up, Judge. Ooh, what is this? 4th and goal's tied 10-10. They're going to bring in Dominic Zavada. Guy hasn't missed from 50 yards all year. This is like a extra point. It's like a 29-yard kick or something. Surely he'll make this. There's a minute. There's not even a minute left. They're going to call timeout here. Oh, man, look at that. Sharon Moore out there managing the clock. Did you see what he did there? Did you see what he did? So what Sharon Moore did there, guys, is he called timeout.
This is for the Chicago fans.
So if anybody's watching this unfamiliar, if anybody's out there is unfamiliar with how this goes, you want to stop the clock at the end of a game or anytime during the game. You get these things called timeouts. They allow you to stop, kind of regroup, have a discussion, call a play, whatever. Sharon Moore, tactfully, excellent coach, 2-0 against his hated rival. Now 2-0 against Ohio State. He's beaten them back-to-back years.
Didn't that happen with the previous coach too?
No, it didn't.
He didn't beat him back-to-back years?
He did beat them back-to-back years, but he did not start 2-0.
Yes, I know that.
But yes, he did. But then
his last two seasons,
he did.
As Michigan head coach, he won against them.
So see, we called timeout. So if you think about it, right? Okay, you got the 2 plus the 2, that's 4. Yeah. Hold on, let's hear it.
Good snap, clean hole, got it up and good. And Michigan takes a 13-10 lead with 45 seconds to go. Ohio State out of timeouts.
Bad spot. you only got 10 points all game, and now you're down a field goal, and you have no timeouts left. And you know your biggest problem? You got Will Howard at quarterback. No, that's not your biggest problem. You know what your biggest problem is? He's being coached by Ryan Day. That's your biggest problem.
There's not much that could be worse. I mean, unless his last name was Eberflus.
I don't know. I might take Matt Eberflus over Ryan Day.
Well,
Ryan Day is he's smoked right now in the head as it relates to Michigan. If he couldn't be, hold on. Because I love Schadenfreude. Okay, I love it. I watched all the Ohio State fans suffer, and some of the people from like the Columbus Dispatch were doing a post-game, recap in Columbus in the stadium. Spoiler alert: Michigan wins. And the guy says, well, if you do this and you do that and you do this, and the guy goes, no. You had better players. You had a better team. You were at home. You've planned for 364 days to win this game, and you lost. It doesn't matter anymore. You could play this game with the same rosters next year at Michigan Stadium, and they'd win again. He said, because Ryan Day has no idea what the hell he's doing when it comes to Michigan. He's lost his mind. It's true. And I was like, holy shit, he's right. This guy is right. And then somebody said, the John Cooper era has arrived in Ohio. It's back, everybody. And I'm here for it. Anyway. But I don't want to talk about that. Who wants to talk about that? So we're going to do what we're doing?
Ice hockey.
We're going to do ice hockey. All right. Well, where is it?
It's over there. Do you want to make sure this thing works? I know we had to hook everything back up.
Okay. Yeah. Real quick for everybody.
We should do that before we kill the stream and bring it back.
What we're going to do is I had to update the retro tank that I use for capture. And when I did, all the settings got smoked. I think it should be fine, but I don't know if it's going to be all right or not. So if it isn't, whatever, we may have to postpone. It should be fine, though. So Jay's going to grab the ice hockey cart. We got to probably clean it. And
we got Pitfall on. Do you want to just pop it on to make sure?
Yeah, we could do that. In about 45 seconds, we'll do that. Hold on. Let me see what happens here. It's the end of the game. All right, hold on. There's no timeouts, guys. Let's do a little play-by-play. All right. It's 1st and 10. Michigan's up 13-10. Will Howard drops back. He's getting pressured. Steps up in the pocket, throws it. He overthrows it. He was throwing it to Gordon Gee, I think. G. Scott, not Gordon Gee. That's somebody I work with. G. Scott. You know what G. Scott's most famous for in this rivalry?
No.
Being part of 2 15-yard penalties assigned to the Buckeyes at the same time in 2021 by headbutting a Michigan player right in front of an official. It was great. Okay, 2nd and 10. Will Howard drops back. Pressure up the middle. He throws it off the side. It's complete to Travion Henderson for 1 yard. He gets out of bounds. There's 35 seconds left. Okay, you're moving at a very slow pace here. There are only 35 seconds. You have no timeouts. Clock is stopped because you went out of bounds, but you got 1 yard. You're trying to get in at least field goal range here because you need to tie the game, okay, or otherwise you're going to lose. The problem is you've already missed 2 kicks today, one from about 30 yards out. So if you want to get in his range, we don't even know what his range is, okay? You got to assume 17 yards plus. You're looking at trying to get about 50 yards before you can kick a field goal here. Plus, it's windy. Okay, 3rd down. Will Howard drops back. There's a guy in the front. Oh, he hammers him. Oh, what they've whistled it down. Okay, lucky for Ohio State. Lucky for Ohio State there. There was a timeout called by Michigan. Okay, so that play did not count. It was so loud, and Will Howard was obviously out of his mind along with Ryan Day. They didn't know what the hell's going on because they're clowns. So still 3rd and 9, 35 seconds left. I know. That's exactly what I look like. What he looked like right there is how I looked. Head down. I was terrified. I didn't know. You're 2 plays away from glory here. Okay, you got to stop them because once you get the ball back, there's no timeouts. Okay, you get the ball back, and they don't get a 1st down. It's over. Now keep in mind also, in this 4th quarter of this game, Ohio State only got the ball 2 times. This is one of them. So far, they've gotten 1 yard in 2 plays. Also, they went 3 and out earlier. So they have so far run 5 total plays in the 4th quarter and gotten 0 first downs and 10 yards total. Not good. Not good. Especially when you're having trouble scoring and possibly going to lose a rivalry game. Jay, don't leave. Hold on. You're going to miss the exciting conclusion. Where are you going? Hold on. You're going to miss it. That's Wink Martindale. Okay, Jay, you ready? 3rd down. Let me give you the play-by-play. Okay. They got three wide receivers up top. Snaps it to Howard. Howard drops back. He's pressured. He rolls out. He rolls right, throws it to a man, and it is out of bounds. Throws it to the cameraman, I think is what he did there. Okay? So he had a receiver. Howard had a receiver there on the sideline, and he wound up throwing it to. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. I'm busy. No. Put that down. Don't block this. No. I'll pause it. Okay, I'm busy. I got a thing going. This is it, man. It's 4th and 9. That should have been a first down. That was a terrible throw on the move. You make him move his feet. He's not going to be accurate. This is it. This is a ball game. No timeouts. 4th and 9. Here we go. All right. This is for the game.
So if we're doing play-by-play.
Hold on.
I don't know about you, but I feel like they're not going to make it.
Stop. Howard, snap, drop back. He's pressured. There are men all around him. He throws it incomplete. No! How can that be? They weren't supposed to lose. What happened? That can't be right. Hold on. Let's see what happens here. Hold on. Howard looks distraught. Sharon Moore, head coach of Michigan, is now waving at the crowd, saying hello, maybe, or possibly goodbye. I'm not sure which one it is. Very confusing. Oh, there's a flag. There's a flag. Hold on. This could be a big deal. Remember, no timeouts. Michigan gets the ball. It's all over. Okay? So if there's a flag, though, let's see what this flag is. After the play. Oh. Yeah. Come to find out, inconsequential penalty. It was after the play. After the play, the ball already becomes Michigan. So you know what that means? First down Michigan. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means, Jay? Anybody? Anybody want to know what that
They
means?
have possession of the ball?
Correct. And how many timeouts does Ohio State have?
They used more in this game than Matt Eberflus did.
Yeah, the one
So
was enough.
0.
Zero. I'm sorry. I want to hear that again. Let's hear what he says. Hold on. I missed it. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get back here to the. Oh, that's the flag. We're not back far enough. Hold on. How far are we going to go here? Oh, that's it. That's the play. We're almost there. You ready? Here we go. Shh. Here we go. This is it. There's no timeouts. Last time I promised everybody, please stay tuned. We're going to do a tire real soon. All right, ready? Here we go. I'm gonna let the TV guy, Gus Johnson, Joe Klatt, they're gonna take you home on this one. You ready?
Fourth down. Howard has got to make a throw here. Trips at the top of your screen. 4th down and 9. Do or die for Ohio State. Howard in trouble. Incomplete. Ohio State turns it over on downs. And the Michigan Wolverines will shock the college football world. Sharon Moore says we didn't cheat this time.
And that's how I met your mother. Why is it open in Hulu? I don't even like Hulu.
Get off the stage!
Never. Ben, we're going to have to talk, okay? He's not even getting this. I got to send this to him. So I need an edit at the end of that sound of them losing. I'm going to have to give it to him separate. Don't do it. It's a moment's past, buddy.
I know.
If it's forward down the field, I'll listen, but otherwise I don't want to hear it.
Oh, it's still on there, too. Good.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Some...
Yeah, we're going to, okay. So let me give it a whirl here. Anyway, yeah, Michigan won. So give me 1 second. Entertain the folks, Jay. It's best.
Everybody's gone.
They're not gone. There's 5 people here.
They all left.
Yeah, just like Ohio State's dreams and hopes.
Oh.
One of my favorite quotes was, I listened because again, I love their misery. It sustains me. I'm listening to the Ohio State radio call of the game, and the guy who's a very good broadcaster, play-by-play guy, is phenomenal. Michigan has done what Michigan has come to do: ruin a dream. And I was like, yes. I don't know if I've ever been so happy in all my goddamn life. Birth of my son, meeting Amy, doing the show tonight with you guys, and the Ohio State loss. Okay, so I'm going to go.
Off the rails in every Michigan game.
I'm going to bounce over. Hold on. I'm going to bounce over here. See if we can't get some stuff going. Now, let's turn this on. Okay.
Looking good.
Looks fine. Doesn't look great. It probably needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's going to work for tonight. I'll deal with that later. Okay. And interestingly, we are not on that, though. You notice anything missing, Jay? There's no camera here, and there's no chat here. That's peculiar. Oh, wait, hold on. How come that's the case? I'll screw with it. Okay, so I'm going to kill this. We're going to be right back. And we're going to come back with ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
All right. We'll be right back.